4, 3, 2, 1.
There we go.
Streaming.
91.
Hey, folks! Welcome back to more Out of the Abyss Dungeons and Dragons live play with myself, Beanie, and my amazingly awesome friends. Wait, no, sorry.
Oh, they're not here. We're filling in.
There we go. Scarbeus.
Hello.
Philip.
Hi.
Matthew.
Hello.
And Bazek.
Hi. I like how you had to have a stroke when you're talking about me, which is not an uncommon reaction.
Yeah, I thought that was almost like a sneeze at the end, like was like achoo.
It's the only way to pronounce his name right. You have to have a stroke at some point.
I mean,
like,
you saying his name's not Berserker.
It's like Jeff Dunham, the guy who does the puppets. They have Ahmed the Dead Terrorist. He's like, how do you spell that? A-E phlegm.
Anyway, what we're actually here for is to play some good old Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, carrying on our normal weekly campaign. So, if everybody's good to go, we'll get started.
Let's do it.
Great idea.
Let's attempt to survive for a while.
I'm not actually in the map yet because I'm a professional.
That's fine. I need to do the weekly recap anyhow. So, last week, in a bunch of incompetent survivors find themselves wandering around the Underdark, we found our incompetent survivors exploring or heading towards the heading along the final stretch towards the Kyotoan town of Sloopledup. They were in Sloopledup. I've been pronouncing it wrong this entire time. I did actually type it out last week, and we realised this. In the company of several other survivors from the Drow prison they were previously kept, the party were being led by a Kyotoan by the name of Shushar, one that more recently they have found to be a unique member of his race. As after gaining after getting close to the town of Sloopledup, the party were ambushed by a group of Kyotoan slavers, I think is probably the best word for them. Kyotoans are attempting to capture the group for the purpose that they stated of sacrificing them to the father, also known as Dimugugun, in their words. However, the party and their companions managed to beat these Kyotoans down, only to find within the last few, literally within minutes of the end of the combat, another Kyotoan vessel showing its face. This one, however, had more pleasant members aboard, seemingly members of a Kyotoan, worshippers of a Kyotoan goddess, the Mother, the Sea Mother. And upon speaking with these people and the archpriest, who goes by the name of, buying time so I can look in the book.
Plus something or other.
I mean, I've got it written down.
Spooky,
I haven't written it down. I've just got a big book of stuff written down. Plupapine. The archpriest of the Sea Mother.
It's no less funny this week.
It's hard to pronounce Kyotoan words. Why am I not? Sorry, for some reason my mic's not actually transmitting on. All right. Sorry about that, my folks. For some reason my mic mic settings had been reset on OBS, so I'm gonna have to redo that recap just quickly again. I'll make it brief.
There you go.
So, incompetent survivors found themselves getting closer to the Kyotoan town of Sloopledup. They ended up ambushed by Kyotoan slavers that were attempting to capture them and sacrifice them to the father. Also, they called him the Dimugugun. However, the party was able to fight these Kyotoans off with the help of their companions. And actually, that's a very good point. You are very red on your camera there, Mike.
Yeah, I'm playing with the settings to try and get it right.
Fair enough.
Oh dear.
Sorry. Within a minute of that fight's ending, they were then beset by another Kyotoan vessel. This one bearing slightly more pleasant company. A archpriest by the name of Plupapine, the archpriest of the Sea Mother Blibdulpulp.
It's no less funny the second time.
and they made a deal with this
Seriously,
archpriest.
Every fucking time.
Agreeing to be probably for the best word I can find for this is bait in a plan that the archpriest was trying to set in motion in order to assassinate his daughter.
I'm pretty sure he straight up asked us to be bait.
Pretty sure that was the actual word bait was used.
Yeah, the actual word bait was used.
I was just trying to put a nice word into it for the narration, but no, bait. He is basically asked you guys to help him in this plan to assassinate his daughter, who is leading the worship of the father, the Demogorgon, in his
Demogorgon
town. And upon hearing this word several times, I believe one or two members of the party did manage to realise that Demogorgon was actually likely a reference to the demon, or the Prince of Demons, the Demogorgon, one of the most powerful and fearful fiends within the Abyss. Probably one of the most powerful demons there is. So, but the party still agreed to help in this case. And so they, taking both the boat that these Kutones just brought and the one that the original slavers had brought, the party are now on the move to the Kuotoan town of Sloopladop in the company of these new Kuotoans. A group or a race that seemed to basically be in constant motion, it would seem. Even whilst the party was sleeping, they noticed that these Kuotoans barely stop. They even sleepwalk. They have no eyelids. They look constantly awake, and they're just constantly on the move. However, after a few conversations with your companions, you all settle down for the night, and what you believe to be morning has finally come, as the boats set off once more towards the small Kuotoan town.
So,
Are any of you wanting to do anything before you
just to
get?
double check,
We actually ended
got
arriving
our
at the
rest,
town. We got our rest, and we arrived at the town, and that's what we called it.
Well,
Or the town was in sight, at least.
It is in sight, but did anyone want to do anything before you port?
Nothing outside of my usual morning stuff.
No,
Spells,
I've got my book.
Whatnot.
Nothing on my end.
I'm gonna have a look at my spells and stuff, but other than that, no. If you want me to prepare spells now, I can, or just do it on the fly.
I would make sure you know what the spells do. It's like if you need time to look through the spells, feel free to look through them.
No, I know. Yeah, I already know. There's only like 5 or 6 I'd ever prepare with this character.
In that case, I'll just trust you to make sure that you prepared what he would have prepared, and you're not just saying,
not
"Oh wait,
going
we're
to
in this
metagame,
situation."
yeah. Yes, I conveniently prepared the one thing they're weak against.
I trust you not to metagames, so.
Yeah.
Undead, how convenient! I've just prepared lots of smiting.
So,
Yeah.
well, to be fair, that's what he prepares anyhow.
I was going to say you don't have to
Well, we're
prepare
talking
that, to
about.
be fair, but
Innocent
still.
bystanders, how convenient! I prepared lots of smites.
Oh my, lots of cannon fodder. Good job, I've got all this AoE.
The town of Sloopladop is a mishmash of wooden shacks, well, a cross between wooden shacks and towers, all crisscrossed and connected together by lots of different rope bridges, and from various levels, like each shack tower being connected 2 to 4 times to other shacks in the nearby vicinity. There is the entire waterfront area of the town is covered with various piers where boats and other vessels have been docked. And around the town, there is a what looks to be a wall of fish netting with various pillars in different places holding the netting in place. As you dock, Plupropine tells you that it's probably best that you accompany him to his home for now, whilst they set the plan into motion. But hopefully, you should be able to set forth the plan within this sleep cycle. So, are any of you wanting to do anything? Are you just going along?
I'm going to follow him for now.
Keeping an eye on Topsy and Turvy.
There are lots of locals around.
As the boat docks, as the boat docks, you can very much see, especially those of you with dark vision. Although there is bits of light allowing sight for those without, it's just hard to make out because it's very dim light.
I would still be having light on my shield.
That's fine, but that's still very limited range. Whereas,
I know, I'm just saying.
But you can see that there are Kuotoans everywhere, like very much like the ones that you saw on the boats. These ones are constantly moving. They seem to walk one direction, stop, then suddenly turn and go in a different direction. As Plupapine leads you off the boat, a few of the guards that he had with him actually take up positions around you, making it look almost as if you'd been captured or are being escorted somewhere. With an armed guard. They made no attempt to take your weapons or anything like that, or bind you or anything serious like that, but it still seems like they're trying to show the pretense of capturing you, so to speak.
The reason I asked is I want to sort of like uphold myself and look proud, as in, yes, I'm clearly a very important person. I'm trying to sort of give off that sort of impression to anyone who just kind of looks over.
A few of them do look over. One or two actually move closer to get good looks, but as soon as they do, the armed Kuotoan near you, all of which, whilst I say they are taking up armed positions around you, their position around you is constantly changing. They'll swap with another guard on the other side of you, they'll walk around you, they'll do full loops of the thing, although the entire time you do have about 4 or 5 Kuotoans fully surrounding you at all times. It's just, they seem to be doing a weird dance as they do it. But every time another Kuotoan gets close, the armed guards push them away and shove them off and tell them to clear off. Seemingly trying to, keep any bystanders away, as it would seem. You are escorted to what Plupapine tells you is his residence and also the shrine of the Sea Mother. A 9-foot-tall statue stands here. Its body is roughly carved from some kind of wood in the shape of a humanoid female. Its head and forearms formed from the severed head and claws of a giant albino crayfish. These parts are lashed on with strands of gut and emit an overpowering stench of rotting shellfish. Shells, brightly coloured stones, mushrooms, and rotting fish are piled at the statue's feet and strung in garlands around its neck. 4 stern Kuotoa slowly circle the statue, alert and on guard, while a few others mill about, gazing up at the statue and bowing repeatedly while chanting. Pardon me.
What's a chant?
The chanting itself seems to be you're not quite sure. What do you? You speak Undercommon, so you can make out various words. It seems to be a mixture of Underdark and nonsense, as far as you can tell. Very tribal chant.
Underdark nonsense. Just leave it at that.
Under nonsense.
Has another book been released since like last week? By the way.
What do you mean?
There's a shit ton of spells on here that I don't recognize from last week.
Don't think so.
Heraldic
where are you looking?
Mastiff, Heraldic Owl, Heraldic Ox.
Make sure that you're not looking at any third-party ones.
That would be what I'm looking at. Okay.
I was going to say you can, if you're using the start link, you can actually set it to no third party.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought it was already set to that. Never mind. Carry on.
You are escorted into this shrine. It's not so much an enclosed area. It is an open area statue outside. Another residence is nearby, kind of looking into it. One tower slightly larger than the others behind the statue itself. And Plupapine tells you, you stay here. We will make sure everything is ready and get you when you are needed. You will be sacrificed to Varvalord. Oh, pretend to be sacrificed to Varvalord, yes. And he moves off.
Can I insight check?
Yes, insight this
for it.
motherfucker.
I trust him. I trust him explicitly.
I tell him to, yeah, of course, hurry up. This is the plan, isn't it? Obviously. I have no time for these creatures any longer than I need to be.
6.
I mean, it's like Kamar said, this is the plan. Like, you were told he's going to fake
11.
sacrifice you. So what are you... Yeah. You believe him.
Does it seem legit?
Seems legit. Seems legit, bro.
Too legit to quit.
It's all, guys. It's the plan. What? I don't know what you're worried about.
All right.
Obviously.
For once, I'm with Kamar.
So.
And never did we think it would happen.
You maybe.
I think everyone's always with me.
I've got a healing. I'm good.
It's a genuine surprise when it's not. When they're not.
So So as Plumpy finishes speaking to you, he kind of veers off around the statue, and then actually, rather than going to the larger tower shack, he actually goes to one that just looks like a single-story shack, and just moves into there.
Can I do a let's go with religion check on this statue?
Yeah,
I'm
go for
assuming
it.
this is presumably the mother.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, it stinks.
Well, that's
It is
Religion.
absolutely disgusting, the smell.
It's humming.
8.
What's that, sorry?
8 on religion.
8.
Could
So
I
I
also
already
do a
know-
religion check?
I know
You can
the
also do
mother is bit doolopy. No, that's not even right.
You've already passed a
Yeah.
check on her, so I'll actually give you advantage on
Nope.
this.
Okay.
In
1d10
which case,
These zero
bad
abilities.
lies.
in which case,
Zeros are
Eight
It's still terrible. So
1d0 badlies.
you have your mind has gone blank looking at this statue. Like this is a you're used to your religions, your statues, your priesthoods kind of thing. Like your gods are very much revered in completely clean and immaculate temples. Like it honors the god to put the work into that kind of thing. This one, it looks like multiple Kyoto have come up and vomited on the statue. Like
hot.
yeah,
Maybe that's
not
how-
on the statue. Sorry, at the statue's feet.
That's
In
maybe
fact,
that's
as-
how we should
Still
reference-
gross.
As you were thinking this, Kyoto actually walks up, bends his head, and just regurgitates right at the foot of the statue before getting up, nodding at the guards who are kind of stood around watching, and then
Is-
walks off.
How
I-
far away is he? Her? It?
You're kind of near the statue, so
Can I just kind of stop the one that just vomited everywhere and just be like, the fuck?
I
A little more
What do you-
eloquently, just like, what is all this?
what are you,
I-
middleman? Strange stone man. You're not one of us. Why are you here? Why are you not be sacrificed?
We're waiting to be sacrificed.
Oh, good. And he walks off.
okay.
He didn't answer my questions.
He didn't.
You didn't answer
I'm
that.
actually
I
saying
don't-
this out loud. I'm actually saying he didn't answer my questions. I'm looking a little dejected.
Um,
But why did they
Da-da-da-da.
vomit on their
Jim
priestess?
Jar.
Goddess.
Jim Jar just walks up to you and says, they probably won't answer anything you've got to question them about. They're very, very prejudiced folk of the Kuotons. They'll, you rarely see anybody other than themselves in their towns unless they've got business, and that business is strong enough to keep them from being, on the altar. But as to the regurgitation thing, well, she's a scavenger goddess. That's what you do. You give her goods and such.
I cannot.
Vomiting up.
I ask him.
I can't. I was gonna say I
Is
can't
this-
stand prejudice, the uncultured swine.
I'm going to ignore Kamar's remarks, as I've so often gotten used to. And I'm going to ask Jim Jar if he knows this statue to be the Sea Mother, for the sake of not having to say that name.
He says, "Aye, that'll be the one. That'll be the. I thought she was the only goddess here in this that these folks worship, but obviously they've got another that they want us to take care of.
The other one is no god.
Well, they try not to say that too loudly around here. Although, that said, if you're going to say it anywhere loud, probably in the temple of the other religion is probably the only safe place. But hey,
We're about to be sacrificed, and I very kind of just wink, like not overly subtle at him. So what does it matter?
he says, "Aye, very true, but still, might really say around these folk. Kuotons are very chaotic in nature, and it wouldn't surprise me if they had a little surprise or two in store for us." At which point, Shusha, kind of standing nearby, says, "I take offense at that. Not all are chaotic. We have much potential for much more. As I believe I have shown. Yes?"
How many Kuotoans are there, like, ever in total?
Mhm.
In this room,
No, not just in this room. This is me asking. This is me asking Shusha this. How many Kotoans are there total? Like everywhere. You are one Kotoan.
Let me check my book that tells me.
I was actually just seeing if there was because I'm used to the way Pathfinder do things. I was just seeing if they have a city sheet in this. Well, city character sheet, actually.
Usually.
No, they don't. He says many thousands in Sloop-le-Dump. Many other. Maybe many other towns.
Many thousands? That's many hundreds. That's many of hundreds.
That's many hundreds, in fact.
We have populated well since our escape from the bondage.
Oh,
The bondage.
So how many Kotoans out of these tens, hundreds of thousands would you say are enlightened?
That I have met? Or that I know of?
Let's go with both.
One.
Just
Is it
himself.
you?
Why did you ask me to
Yes.
clarify the answer if both answers were going to be one?
Questions should always be true.
well,
To
he's not the
what's
smartest of
the-
creatures.
He's plenty smart.
My mind has expanded much more than any of my race. Simply because I choose not to express it so quickly does not make it lower in any way.
Gotcha.
Is anybody else asking Shusha or anything, or can we carry on with normal
I
talking
think
speed?
we should ask anyone else except Shusha because we're going to be here all day if we ask.
Fair.
Like,
I
But
asked
nearly
we've
got
just
that.
finished saying
story.
hello.
I think we made that joke last week.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what are you doing then?
Also, Cobalt, please no. Do not ask Shushar's life story. We do not want to be here for that. It'll take him the whole of his life to tell it.
This is
I was gonna
legit
say.
something Cobalt could ask.
And then I
Oh,
had a
God.
slice of toast. It was rather tasty.
It
And then
was like
I had another.
anyway. So, is anybody wanting to do anything in this temple before, like in the town? You've got a couple of
I'm
hours
just going
before
to-
anything happens.
I'm just gonna.
No, I'm just going to make
around
sure
the temple.
topsy-turvy are okay.
I will say that just looking around the temple for the next 2 hours is you do kind of get the same general idea that what Jim Joss told you is just factual. Like you watch as things happen. About once more in the hours you're there, another Kuo-Tone appears and regurgitates at the feet of the goddess statue, whilst two others appear and actually just kind of drop baskets of fish at her feet instead. It does very much seem like they're just offering tribute, but
Is it always sort of like fish or food?
no, you've seen shells there. You've seen hold on, shells, brightly coloured stones, mushrooms, and rotting fish. The things you typically see, along with the piles of regurgitated rotten fish.
Naturally.
So, after the few hours are up, Poopapeen comes back, or who you'd seen actually leave his hut and disappear in a different direction. He returns, and he tells you that they are ready to enact the plan if you are okay to go. He has sent messengers to his daughter, and a parley meeting has been set up with yourselves as the
Offering.
as the gift of peace between the two factions.
So they want to prove that they're just as cool as the new guys, and we can be hit with the sacrifices as well.
It would seem so.
Well,
So
Oh, I'm ready to go.
So just having a quick look at something. So, with Plupapine come 12 or 13 other Kuotoans who take up positions around you again. They don't attempt to bind you. They don't attempt to do anything like take your weapons or anything like that. But they do seem to basically be acting as armed escort, and you get the idea that if you do anything wrong whilst you're in this town, you're probably going to get a spear to the hip or something like that. They escort you through the town. It's not hugely far. In fact, you actually find yourselves taking a more direct route, actually towards the lake itself. Whilst when you came in, you actually did kind of a L shape going along the outskirts of the town and eventually getting to the Sea Mother Shrine, which is near the far end of the town. You're now heading towards the lake. As you get there, you see the idol to Limagugun, the Deep Father, consists of a large hide cut roughly in the shape of a manta ray and stretched out on cords between two support poles. A dead, splayed-out manta ray is pinned to the centre of the hide. Two dead octopuses are draped across the top, their tentacles pinned and artfully arrayed, their heads tied together and painted with red and blue pigments. The idol reeks of decay, and the broad stone altar below the idol is stained with dark blood.
Disgusting.
You can see...
That's where we go.
Around this altar, it is a lot more popular than the one that you've been standing around for the last few hours.
Coated in vomit.
There are... this one does not have tributes such as that at its feet. In fact, it's got no tributes at its feet. Instead, it's just got a... it seems to be open to the underneath the statue seems to be open. Not the statue, the altar seems to be open to the lake below, and you can see the not just the altar is stained with blood, but it looks like anything, any liquid on the altar itself is the altar is designed that the liquid will run through those cracks and into the lake, and you can actually hear sounds of splashing below it, although you can't make out what that is. There are many different Kuotoan around here, and even as you approach, you can see there is a gathering almost circled around the altar, at the lead of which is a female Kuotoan. As you approach, the archpriest of the Sea Mother steps forward across the span of the altar towards the Kuotoan waiting for him there. "The time has come," he says, "for us to acknowledge your divine vision and welcome it. I have brought these as offerings." He gestures toward all of you standing within a circle of guards behind him. "Will you not accept them?" "Your wise, Father!" The younger archpriest replies, "I accept your offering in the name of the Deep Father. May their blood nourish and strengthen him." A burbling cheer goes up from the surrounding Kuotoa, their fists raised in the air. I apologize for the terrible voice.
I would like to point out to everyone in chat that this is not racist.
If racist exists, it can't be racist.
I don't know, you kind of did like a stereotypical Chinese accent.
I was expecting an "Aya!"
I actually heard South Park in my head. Maybe it's their version.
Yeah, and that's never offensive.
I was trying to do a slightly higher pitched but still gravelly voice. So you make that Chinese. That's on you, not me. You can see near the altar there is also a fairly bedraggled-looking dwarf of grey skin, ashen beard. He is currently holding weapons and his arms are bound. He looks very bruised and beaten and very looking sorry for himself.
Do we know that's a Dwagar? Are we going to have to roll for that?
I will say that anybody who has spent any time in the Underdark, but previous to this campaign, you know it's a Dwagar. Anybody else can roll a knowledge history check.
Knowledge history check it is.
That guy's a dwarf.
Oh man, I got a spectacular bonus of -1.
I will say for definite, whether you've been in the Underdark or not, Flint, you know that he's a Dwagar. Dwarves have been involved with the Dwagar for many generations. Like, you know for a fact what it is.
10 out of 10, Mike. 10 out of 10.
It wasn't a nat 1.
Actually, I'd say that's what
only thing I'd go for.
Whatever.
So, I'll say it's only
short human.
DC 8 for anybody who needs to roll. Anybody else, I'll trust you to judge it whether you know it or not. Like if you've been in the dark.
Can it be a
Assuming
DC
I've
one
been
though?
Nope.
Times.
Like, if it's not a DC one, I think I fail.
I think you failed. You don't.
Yeah, I think I
it's a
failed.
dwarf.
It's a short
no,
human.
no, he's
I
very
dunno.
clearly just a short human.
Yeah, I was going to
Sure,
say,
no,
on a
it's
1, he doesn't even know
Wouldn't
it's
that
a
be a
dwarf.
short? Wouldn't there be a short drow?
On a 1, you do know you do recognise it is a dwarf, but that is literally all you get. Like you've been travelling with a dwarf, so even Kamar isn't that stupid to know that he isn't at least of that racial area.
Look at that Dwayne. Don't be racist.
All right. So, as you as you see this anyhow, the Kuotoan around the altar start to parade in a wide circle and chant, getting louder and louder as they do so. The circle they're going in eventually starting to widen out and send them splashing through the shallows of the lake nearby as part of the route. As this happens, the female Kuotoan shouts for the sacrifices to be brought to her, and one of the Kuotoan out of the circle of chanters jumps out and spear out starts attempting to prod Renlin.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I was about to say, this is the part where I start getting very, very curious as to who's looking at me. It's like, well, shit, bit too late.
He starts prodding you and gesturing for you to follow him.
Can we have a map now? Because it's about to go down.
No, because I've not got one, and this is far too many things happening for a map, unfortunately. This is a narrative encounter, not a battle map one. I apologise, but there are about 40 Kuotoans right now. So,
Yay!
Well, I'm getting popes to go towards an altar,
Fireball,
right?
yep.
Yeah, if only we had Fireball.
The altar is currently about 20 feet from you.
And
Like
who is standing next to the altar?
The Kuotoans. The Plupropine is the only one from your faction who's near there. He is currently stood next to the altar with Blipod, his daughter, the archpriest of the Deep Father. And around them, about 10 foot around, about 20 foot around them actually, is the circle of chanters that were very much just skimming by you guys.
He's sort of poking at me. I'll sort of
Welcome back.
give him a glare, but I'll start moving towards the altar.
Okay, seeing this happen, other Kuotoans move out of the circle and start now putting their spears at the rest of the group, poking and prodding and like attempting to get you to move forwards without putting themselves in any without putting themselves in arm's reach of you.
Also,
basically, move away from the sharpie end of the spear
quick
style
question.
of action.
He told us last week, but what exactly did he want us to do other than be bait?
Kill his daughter.
Was it kill his daughter?
He said he wanted you to use you as bait so that he and his people can get close to his daughter and assassinate her.
Okay.
Right now,
Said
he's
he
technically
wants our
stood
help
right
to-
next to her.
I
Yeah,
thought
it's
he
just-
said he wanted our help in killing her rather than just being bait.
Yeah.
He said anything you can. He would have. I can't remember exactly what he
the
said.
implication
The
we were
general
going to
idea
be
is,
taking part in the fight.
Yep. That is also why you kept your weapons. Yeah. You are to be help him kill his daughter. Basically, like the main thing is you acting as bait. If you can help in another way, then that is also part of the deal.
What's the daughter wearing or holding, or both?
She. Sorry, 1 second. She is wearing a dark red and black robe, and wields a what seems to be looks almost at first to be ivory scepter with a skull on the top. Although you do get the idea it's probably bone, if you were to guess.
Does it perchance have metal on it?
It does not have any metal on it, unfortunately.
Does she?
She doesn't actually. Not
Well,
that you
that
can
is
see.
awkward.
It is indeed awkward, Phil.
So, as you were all brought forward towards the altar,
Just a second question here. Are these considered humanoid?
Yes.
We're just
Yes,
getting the
okay.
questions we need, Sean.
Yep. No, that's,
I
no,
mean,
that's fine.
this is I need to know what my plan of attack is.
What are you
Fair
talking about? This is all gonna go perfectly according to plan. The guy's gonna assassinate the daughter, and then we're just gonna get away. It's gonna be fine. There's gonna be no need for fighting. It'll be fine. This is a
Third
hard plan.
question here. Is there an easy way for us to tell apart the ones we're supposed to be murdering and the ones we're not supposed to be murdering?
Well, yeah,
What are
you
you
met
talking
some.
about? They all look alike.
You met some of the ones that you're not supposed to be murdering, and the ones that you're supposed to murder probably are the ones that you didn't meet, right? Hope you can tell
The
them.
point is it easy enough for us to distinguish?
Phil, they all look alike.
No, not really.
Oh, that's awkward.
I'm not just.
As you're being brought towards the altar, there, Blipod. That's Blopplipod.
Which one's that?
Curatones. That's the
Can we just go with dad and daughter? Right, let's just go with dad and daughter.
It's the dad.
Steps forward and gestures at the altar. At which point, her father behind her brings up his scepter and smacks it around the back of her head.
Nice.
What seemingly initiating.
I'm pretty sure that's the ghost.
Combat.
I was going to say,
combat.
initiating an enormous fight that breaks out as all of his followers suddenly leap out with their weapons drawn at the followers of Blopplipod.
Or
It's fighting
we
time.
stand and watch.
Or I cast Bane.
Or initiative.
Yeah, it's
I can
fighting
cast Bane
time.
too.
That's not
It's
too
fighting
much.
time.
What does Bane do? I
That's
didn't
not
prepare.
terrible.
Da-da-da-da.
I need to prepare. Haha.
You need to prayer and a haha.
No,
I
I don't need.
that one.
I don't need to prepare
Ha-ha.
Bane. I already have it. Hooray! Everybody can do the Bane.
Oh, is Bane
Right,
just something you always have prepared?
Yeah, it's a part of my oath.
That's not bad.
What does it do?
Bane, choose 3 targets. They've got to make a charisma save, and if they fail, any attacks and saving throws they make, they subtract 1d4 from the result.
Should I even bother playing today? For fuck's sake! This character cannot roll well. He just can't.
It is the case, unfortunately. Flint?
Fuck.
13.
Huh. I didn't need to rub that out.
Uh-huh.
Oh well. Da-da-da-da. Come on.
Just ignore me. I'm over here. I'm playing in the dirt or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm on the short bus.
Renlin.
15.
I got a 1. And that one, in
I know.
fact.
I looked up as you were
I know.
Well, you got 2,
professing
Mike.
your shortcomings.
Yeah, I got
Go
2
on.
because the +1, but yeah.
16.
That's better than the 3 you had last week. What's your
Yeah.
initiative?
Mine,
Yeah, your mod.
+1.
All right. Now the rest of these. Goddamn micromanagement.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've only got to roll, what, 40 NPCs?
Exactly. I'm actually just talking about your companions. I've not got to the Curatones yet.
So 50 NPCs then.
Why did I choose this campaign again?
Why did you choose the campaign?
Because
I hoped you
Yeah.
guys. I trusted you
your
guys to kill off more
alternatives
companions
was
by now.
Horde, which has very iffy reviews, or Storm King's Thunder, and you didn't want to do Giants, I believe, or something like that.
I don't know why I didn't want to do Stormking's Thunder actually. I think
then
I was
there's-
watching through a. I'm currently watching through a playthrough of it. I wanted to see the other one that I've not seen yet.
And then there's
right.
Curse of Strahd, but then that's not really your thing.
Yeah, there's Curse of Strahd, which looks like amazing fun, but we'd all be dead already. Probably.
I've also already watched Chris Perkins DMing Curse of Strahd, and there's no way in hell that I DM it as half as good as he does. So I did not want to bother with that one.
And then there is also Prince of the Apocalypse, but you're playing that.
I'm
on
playing that
Saturday.
one on Saturdays with my amazing DM. Can I have free stuff,
Hi.
please, Phil?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you can have a free knife in your face.
I mean, that's what I get every week, Phil. Not
I
even in
know.
game. I have to go to the hospital after every session.
It's what you get for being wild magic sorcerers.
Yeah, I thought we were doing elemental evil.
It's called Prince of the Apocalypse. Elemental Evil is the series, effectively. Like, there's been
Yeah,
Elemental
it's the
Evil
series,
in
but at the same time, there's
editions.
only one book in the series, so...
Well, no, 'cause the series is going back to other editions as well. Like, the
Well,
original
right,
Temple
yeah.
Temple of Elemental Evil was
Because
amazing.
isn't Prince of the like? How far are you through Prince of the Apocalypse?
They're on chapter 4, so not quite halfway. So they don't actually know what's going on, if that's what you're thinking.
Okay.
But we're figuring it out, and it's the Girl Scouts all the way, Phil.
Girl
Anyway,
Scouts all the way.
finally got all the initiatives done, so let's get started.
Yay!
As Kuotoan leaps on Kuotoan in the area, the two archpriests taking up almost on a stage, attacking each other, beating each other sense with their scepters. Eldith brings out her warhammer and looks around unsure, kind of taking up like backing into the group a little more to take a almost defensive stance within you all. Seraph kind of edges through and almost makes his way towards the middle of the group. Jimjar just almost stands there, folds his arms, says, "Huh," and just seems to be watching. In fact, as he does this, he points at a group of Kuotoans where you can see two of the Deep Fathers worshippers are bearing down on one of the unfortunate Sea Mother's worshippers, and he just says, 5 gold on fathers. Anyone? Anyone?
I'll
No.
take it.
Deal. Cobalt.
You're going to help
Your
them, aren't
turn.
you?
I cast Bane.
Okay, how many does that affect?
So, up to 3. So I'm
Batman's
picking,
back breaks.
So I'm picking the priestess, and
Hmm?
then does she have bodyguards or anything?
Not around. Like nobody
The
specific
two
around. You can,
bearing,
like,
two bearing down on
Then
our guy.
I
big-
pick 2 big burly people that worship the father, as far as I can tell.
the biggest threats that you could tell were all in the kind of circle that was circling around the altar chanting, and so you pick the 2 biggest of them, and they all roll their
Critical
checks.
saves, DC 12.
Okay. You feel the power seems to take effect on one of the people in the circle and the archpriest, both of whom suddenly seem a little more sluggish and
So
almost dazed.
So whenever they make an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, because I can concentrate on it for up to a minute, they have to roll a d4 and subtract that from whatever they've rolled.
Okay.
They don't get to make additional saving throws, I believe. No,
Doesn't
they don't
mention
get to
it.
make additional saving throws.
Okay.
As I
Darrendal.
see you cast that, sorry, I say, "No, you fool! How do you not know this is not part of some bizarre mating ritual? You will blow our cover."
Darrendal, the large quaggoth of the group, backs again, back similar to Eldith and Sarah, backs into the group and says, "Oh my! What is it we should be doing right now?
Kill
hasty
the
exit, possibly."
priestess!
That would be a good plan for anyone but me. I'm going to wait right here. I'll
You're a quite
give it a shout if you need me.
Clearly, they are not done mating yet.
Renlin.
Okay, so is anyone actually near
Their
us?
mother and, their father and daughter. They're not mating,
They're
probably.
fish
This is-
people. I mean,
This is such a crowded area,
basically
and they,
rats.
even while they're fighting, these Kuotoans are moving around so much that you basically at every point have a Kuotoan within 5 feet of you. You can't fully tell if they're allied or enemy. The way that they're moving around and such, it really makes it hard to
But
tell.
we seem to be a very minor factor in the area. It's like we're just those things here to be sacrificed. There's clearly other things they need to be doing right now.
No, they also are. A few of them, a few of the Deep Father worshippers seem to look like they're going to be making a beeline for yourselves.
Just one big giant fish orgy at the moment. That's what it is.
And you guys are the guests of honor.
You know, it's beautiful in its
Yeah.
own way if it wasn't so disgusting.
Yeah, well, that does make me think. Fortunately,
What, fish orgy.
Hellish Rebuke is a reaction, so.
Yep.
You can do whatever you like during
Yup.
your turn, and then
Hellish
still
Rebuke.
Hellish Rebuke, bear in mind. As long
Yup.
as it's not
Rebuke
readying an
is-
action.
Yep.
Is
So
the
you also
embodiment
use
of
your
kill it with
action.
fire.
So, In Infernal, I shout as loud as I can, because she doesn't need to understand Infernal. I'll just shout, "Puny Priestess, even your father hates you. You're nothing." And she needs to roll for Vicious Mockery, which is Wisdom, DC 13.
Right.
I feel like there's a flaw with your plan here, but
She fails the check.
being
She
as I
fails the
don't
check,
speak
okay.
that language.
Mm.
Actually, can I make a check to see if I at least recognise the language he just spoke?
Oh, 2 psychic
Uh,
damage.
Arcana.
What?
She,
Arcana.
while she's a little sluggish, she suddenly twitches, and you see a little bit of blood coming out of her nose.
Disadvantage on her next attack. Come on, we got to keep our guy alive, right?
Can I also
That's
make
zero.
that check, or am I too enthralled with the disgusting mating ritual?
You're
6
more than
on
welcome
my
to make an Arcana check.
I'll make it.
You have never heard the language before, and you can't make that check again until you have reason, until you have
Yeah,
come across
until
something
there's an
that gives you
actual reason
to.
to make that check again. Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! -1. Oh god damn it!
You also
Yeah,
are in
high
the same
five.
position.
Wasn't a good roll before I did that.
Until you at some point either read or hear something and
damn it.
see that's infernal, you can't put 2 and 2 together for that, because that's basically, there is no way to know.
Also, I'd imagine that they may not notice that she's bleeding a little bit. Because, I mean, I'm just shouting in the middle of a huge fight.
That was 2 damage. She barely noticed that she's bleeding a little bit.
It's also, we weren't checking the spell, we were checking your language there.
Yeah.
Topsy steps in front of her brother and backs him into the group.
He's in front of Bubba.
Brother, Bubba.
Flint.
Right, I'm gonna stone up.
Gonna get hard.
Just pull out a blunt.
Yes, I'm gonna go with yes.
Lots of mushrooms down there. Anyway,
And
what else?
Second, I'm going to cast Maximilian's Stony Grip. Wait, how far away from them am I?
From who?
From the two priests.
You're about 20 foot away at this point. Like, they were 20 foot behind the altar, effectively.
Oh, brilliant. Righty. 30, so about 30 feet, and that's a 30 feet thing. So I'm going to cast Maximilian's Urban Grasp. I stab my hand into the ground, and suddenly a hand of stone bursts out from the ground behind daughter.
That's
Oh.
strength check, I think.
So,
Beanie, is that the one you used on Saturday? Is that the same spell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to make a strength saving throw.
Don't
What's
forget
DC?
it's. Don't forget
that
she
would be-
takes 1d4 off it.
Oh, that's a very good point.
And the DC is 12.
12. Even with the D4, as long as she doesn't have a minus, I think she's made that. Sorry, I should have these stats open.
I mean, Priestess, she might have a negative strength.
Damn, she's got plus 16 to that. Oh, she's already rolled. Never mind.
Nope. Yeah, she's more than fine. The hand comes out from her back, and although she's sluggish, it kind of grabs her, and then she just elbows it and pushes it off her, squeezing herself out the front of it.
Okay, the hand's still there.
The hand's still there. Yupido backs into the group. Turvey has already been backed into the group by his sister. Stool kind of stands, like almost rather than back into the group's edges up to Kobo, like standing now, touching your feet. Like if you step backwards, you're gonna trip. And Shusha stands there saying, "No, my kin, don't fight. We must be one." Come on.
I take a moment, I look at Shusha and say, "You are bad at your job." And then I never mentioned that I had my weapons and stuff out. Are my weapons out?
You wouldn't have had them out when you were escorted. Like you had them
Okay.
on you, but if you went to get them out, they kind of you were told quickly to put them away. Like you need to be look like sacrifices, not.
In which case, for what it's worth, I would have had to have drawn my shield because that's my holy symbol.
That's
in that
fine.
case,
You can manage that as a thing.
I can draw one of the things and still move, right?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. Then I draw my flail and how far away is the priestess?
Priestess is 20 feet away from you. You can rush to her if you want to.
Yep, I will. Now, can I be real cheesy and say, because it's only 20 feet away, can I draw my shield as well?
No.
Dang it. Worth a try.
Let's try.
In that case, I will, assuming I can actually do this. Is Hunter's Mark a bonus action? Just to stop me looking for it.
Yes.
Hunter's
Cool.
Mark is
Mark.
bonus.
In Hunter's Mark a ranger spell?
It's also
Uh,
a paladin spell. It's a
damn.
martial spell,
It's a-
effectively.
It's
Really?
an Oath of Vengeance thing. It's one of the two spells.
That'll explain it.
I thought it was also a paladin. Fair enough.
Nope, it's a Vengeance Paladin thing.
Fair enough.
What's that?
Still
Uh,
works either way.
Hunter's Mark.
So, your Hunter's Marker?
Yep, I Hunter's Marker, I pull out my flail and charge at her, and flail at her.
Does Hunter's Mark
With your
affect what
attack.
we do?
Yes.
No, it just gives him an extra d6 on the damage.
I'm pretty sure it's anyone who targets that one
Nope,
character.
just you.
No, it's just you.
Yeah, it'd be a very powerful first level spell if it was everybody.
Okay.
That's like an extra 66 per turn. If it's party of 6.
1d6.
Well,
Yeah,
if
it
it's
was
party of
6
6, it's
Yeah.
66.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Sorry,
Like
yeah.
one for an attack.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. And I have advantage on any wisdom perception or wisdom survival check I make to find them.
So if she tries to
Yay.
disappear,
Oh
you
man,
got this.
it is concentration, of course.
Mhm.
So yeah, I just smack her upside her head.
Okay. Roll your attack.
Oh. Will he get a low roll again?
She
Wouldn't
might
be
not
the
have
first-
high AC, bear in mind.
Doesn't matter. I've been low. I have not rolled higher than 6 today.
Well, now it's your
I
chance.
saw, as you said that, I saw Matt's last roll and thought that was yours.
No. Wait, is that the wrong roll? Hang on. It is +5. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, there you go.
That will be
That should
a
hit.
hit.
Yay!
Be worried if it wasn't, given she's not wearing armor.
Yeah, which is pretty success.
Yeah,
But
like
Phil,
really high
neither
dex.
am I.
Is your AC 16?
Yes.
Really high dex.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
mage armor.
Yeah.
So-
Forever mage
So
armor.
AC would have to be at least 17 for that. to
Yeah,
be
it
a
would still hit
miss.
me, I'm just saying. It is 16.
I do have a question. I've written down here that my flail does 1d8 plus 3 damage. Does that include my fighting style feat? Which gives me
what's
plus
yours?
damage.
What's your strength?
Dueling, plus 2
what's your
damage
strength?
on one-handed weapons.
What's your strength?
Oh, my strength is +3.
So no, it's
No.
not.
Okay, so it's 1d8 plus 5.
Mhm.
I will write that down. I will change that just so I don't keep asking this question.
Hmm.
Although then I'm going to ask, is it +5 including my dueling? So
Yeah.
just making it even harder.
Plus
Just-
1d6
it
for your
just
mark.
next to your damage put includes dueling or something.
I could.
Ink do.
Yeah.
Strip and duel.
Aha, 12 damage.
So 12 plus your d6.
And, oh yeah, sure.
Some smart.
At what point do I have to decide I'm going to smite her?
Well,
Now,
yeah.
basically.
Actually, before you roll damage, technically, but since you're new to it, I'll let you
Alright,
say it
so,
now.
oh, okay. That's fine. I won't smite her. It's +5, so 17 damage.
Okay. You rush up, kind of spin your flail around as you bring it off your back, and smack right on the back of her head. You actually see a couple of her teeth fly out the front of her skull as she then turns around to look at you, her face even more bloody than it was previously. At this
I
point,
shout something to the effect of her being repulsive.
Mhm.
At this point, the tide of Kyotoans rushes forwards.
I've made
each
a
of you-
wise choice.
Each of you
Yeah.
find yourselves beset by at least one Kyotoan, some of you more. Do me a favour, actually, I'll let you guys do this. Roll me a D3.
A D3.
A D3.
Oh, I see, I see. Oh, for fuck's sake!
1.
I got a 1.
Well, hang on. Is that
Oh,
correct?
it's the
'Cause
amount
I
of-
said D3, not 1D3.
That's
Yeah.
Does it do the
It'll
same?
probably
It's the same.
default to 1D3, I imagine.
Yeah, default's 1d3.
Yeah.
Because the only other option does 0d3. And
Hang,
obviously
okay, right, I'll tell you
that-
what. Yeah, okay.
Try
Just
D3.
checking.
But
Still
what
3.
if everything after D just defaults to 3, Laurie? You need to
So,
roll again.
Yeah, science.
3 Kyotoans bear down on Renlin, 2 on
Yeah.
Cobalt,
Oh.
and 1 on Flint and Kamar, respectively.
So it's basically whatever we roll, that's how many of them are on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The caster gets 3 on
roll
him.
your own destruction.
That's what Phil does with random encounters.
Yeah, it's because that way you can't complain at me when you get a random encounter usually.
No, I don't bitch at
Because
you. I
it
just bitch
brings
at the
upon
dice
yourselves.
instead.
Of the 3 attacks, Renan is only struck by 1. And you take 2 points of damage as I roll minimum.
Hellish Rebuke. Goodbye.
Roll damage?
Hang on, I'm just writing down one. Is it 2 damage, yeah?
Yep. What's your doing that?
DC 13 Dex to halve.
He fails. Cobalt, what's your AC?
20.
Really? 12
your
damage?
miss.
That's fucking awful.
Oh,
It's
what-
3d10!
How is 12 damage awful?
It's 3d10!
As the spear kind of grazes past you, the Kurotoan looks at you with an expression of joy on his face as he has obviously pleased his deep father lord, bleeding his foes today. And oh god, why is he suddenly on fire? He shrieks in pain as his skin blisters and burns, and he collapses to the floor.
Is he dead?
So,
He is incapacitated.
Or just
You
to
don't know
point
if he's
out that I hadn't actually changed my my macro, it was still on 2d10. But he's dead, so it's fine. Just double check that.
So,
Roll the
Cobalt,
last
be on 2d10? Oh, no, because he's second on the spells. Back to me,
Ro-
sorry.
roll one more d10, see how dead he is.
Just for you,
Both-
Mike.
Isn't it the NPCs first?
no, I'm still rolling attacks.
There you
Really?
go.
Attack, 20.
Cobalt,
AC.
2 spears bounce off your stony hide. Flint.
I realised I wouldn't have been able to stone skin and also cast the spell, so I wouldn't currently have my stone skin out or my shield.
Either way, he's taking a hit, I'm afraid. The
Yeah.
spear comes in and stabs into your gut for 4 damage. Already forgetting. Yeah, 4 damage.
Okay. I forget with Constitution saves when you're concentrating on a spell.
It's a DC 10 or half the damage, whichever is higher.
Oh, by the way, I did forget to mention the spells that I've prepared, just so you know I'm not going to cheat. It's cure wounds, protection from evil and
14.
good, and compelled.
As long as you have them marked on your sheet, I'll trust you. But I trust you guys not to win the game.
Pass, Matt.
And yeah, that's a
Yeah.
pass. You're fine. You keep your spell. And sorry, Kamar, you are missed as well. As one of them comes up behind you,
Ow.
you just kind of step aside, and the spear just jabs.
My shield isn't
dangerously
out.
close to his. Doesn't matter. He rolled a 5 on the dice.
Okay.
He stabs dangerously close to his archpriestess.
Oh.
The rest of your allies fare in similar manners. Each of them taking a couple of between 1 to 3 Kurotoans themselves. Darendil actually taking on 4, all of which managed to prod him quite nastily, causing him to let out a shrieking roar as his bloodthirst seems to take over once more.
Yay!
His posh royal demeanor suddenly disappearing once again. And you see at the top the 2 archpriests bashing away at each other with their scepters. As Pluplepleen brings her scepter down, angered at Kamar's approach, but still more angered by the heresy of her father, she kind of dodges aside from Kamar, brings up her scepter and smashes down at him, but is so sluggish that he's able to just duck back, step forward again, and bring his in a 2-handed whack on top of her head, again bringing stars to her eyes.
She's now ignoring me. This is even more insulting.
Mhm.
First she exists, and then she ignores me.
Eldith swings her hammer, catching the one of the Kurotoans in front of her in the knee. You hear a cracking as the knee itself breaks. She then swings her hammer around in the different direction and smashes it into the side of his skull, dropping him to the floor. Jimjar is still just stood there, kind of, as the Kurotoans were attacking him, he just steps aside and is now attempting to loop around them, his eyes completely fixed on the combat that he made the previous wager on previous to this. The Kurotoan that was attacking him, seemingly extremely annoyed at this Neblin's casual attitude towards its attempt of murdering him. Cobalt.
I pull out my mace and smack the one in front of me.
Oh my.
Smack your bitch up.
Whoa.
He's gonna bitch out and-
I miss.
Critical miss.
to note, what I should correct is when I said all the NPCs were suffering attacks, the ones that backed into the middle are basically protected by the circle of the group, so they weren't being attacked. So like Stool, Turvey, Sarith, and Bupido are not being attacked.
Shusha?
Shusha is being attacked. In fact,
okay.
whilst he is trying to parlay and call peace, a couple of Kurotoans have charged him, screaming, "Heretic! Heretic!"
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they do that.
But that's heresy.
Darendil shrieks out a roar as he brings his claws down, latching onto one unfortunate Kurotoan in front of him, and then bringing his mouth down in a giant bite that just takes a chunk out of the top of its head, as he then thrusts it to the floor and turns onto the next foe.
Seafood.
Renlin.
Okay, so can I actually burning hands both of these guys from here, or
the ones in front of you, yes, but you're going to catch multiple Kurotoan in the effect. Like you're basically shooting burning flames into a fight beyond you as well. So you're going to catch.
I don't see the downside here.
You're going to catch enemies and allies alike.
He's talking like
True.
the downside. I don't see it.
However, the thing is that role-playing Renlin, he doesn't give a fuck. Like, I don't want to kill my allies, but
Feel free to
Renlin
do it.
doesn't give a fuck. They're all fish
Well, that-
people.
Now you're getting it.
I'm just letting you know. That's my job as DM. To
Okay,
tell
yeah.
what you do.
Don't say
Dex
he didn't warn you.
DC 13 to halve.
Okay.
And I do 18. That's fucking. Arrgh.
What's your roll for that?
It's 4d6.
Wait, 18 on 46.
That's
is
max
really good.
3d6. That's really good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, actually, yeah. Sorry, I'm mathing
18's
bad.
Yeah. You missed out 6 points there. That's really good.
It's in
Their
fact
dex
better
saves.
than average.
The ones in front of you both actually make their dex save. There.
Oh fuck!
The
Oh!
The only two you were trying to target.
the four fighting beyond are not quite so lucky as the two in front dodge aside. The four fighting a separate fight all suddenly burn and crisp, and as the flames disappear, you can just see four scorched corpses on the ground.
10 HP.
Isn't it
yeah.
half damage on a miss? On a
It's half damage, yeah. They took damage, but they're not killed by it.
right, okay.
I think they've got 10 HP. Just throw that there.
Why don't you hit them? Then they'll have 0.
Topsy, she swings at the one in front of her, and you see her bring her war pick forwards, like again in two hands, and slams it down on the top of the Kurotoan's foot in front of her, who shrieks in pain, leaps on one foot, as she then brings the war pick up and slams it into the back of his knee, causing him to fall backwards onto the floor. She then leaps on top of him, going for the killing blow. Flint?
I'm going to go for another swing with the hand. She needs to make another strength save. Minus 1d4.
Minus 1d4. That's 17. She passes. Again, she just
minus
shrugs it off.
1d4.
I draw my
Yeah,
shield.
I did do that.
That's alright, yeah.
You draw your shield. Bibido is in the middle of the group. He doesn't really. So is Turvey. So is Stool. Shusha is still calling, "Please, friends, don't!" as a spear stabs into his side.
Oh.
He then bends back up and says, "No, we must not fight," as another spear comes in at him, even as he says this. Come on.
Poor fella.
Second verse, same as the first. I pull out my shield this time.
Okay.
And then hit her again.
Okay.
Screaming something to the effect of "all abominations must die" and all that. Wait, I should probably roll to hit before I roll damage.
Mm-hmm.
Good plan.
Yeah, you might save yourself some time.
Hey,
Nice.
20.
That's a hit.
You fucking hope so, yeah.
Mhm.
So, ow, that was awful. That's with the 1d6 as well.
So
That's
You-
shit.
you bring your flail around again, this time going down low and catching her in the back of her legs, sending her toppling over. As you do this, hearing the cracking of something as you do this, you see I forget names. Glugleen, the father, leap on her with his scepter, again two-handing it as she pathetically attempts to flail to keep him away. He brings the scepter down, and you hear a smush as her head just splits. Blood and gore going everywhere around the area.
Stinks of fish.
Now, at this point, almost as soon, maybe a second or two after she is killed, you suddenly start to notice things getting a little strange. Kyotoans that were fighting in the shallows of the Dark Lake nearby suddenly disappear beneath the surface as if something is grabbing them and pulling them under. You see the blood rising to the surface of the lake, bubbles and such, and shrieks as the Kyotoans attempt to run from the lake, many of them just being pulled under before they can do so. Those of you a little closer, specifically Kamar probably, you can see swarms and swarms of fish latching onto them and very piranha-like, basically tearing them apart in a blood frenzy.
Actual fish, not fish people.
As in actual fish.
Ah, that's not our problem. One of them.
Can I shout out Demogorgon has forsaken you?
Even as you go to do this, it seems that the female priestess gets one last cry out before her life finally fades. Limagugun! And another sound rises above the burbling cries of the Kuotoa. The dark surface of the water farther out bubbles and begins to foam. A thick, oily tentacle bursts forth, followed by another.
Oh.
Then two monstrous heads break the surface, both resembling hideous... So I'm doing two things at once there. Hideous, angry baboons with wickedly curved tusks. Both heads are attached to a single torso, and the monster's red eyes burn with bloodlust and madness. The creature rising from the dark lake must stand 30 feet tall or more, with water cascading down its back and shoulders. Upon reaching its full height, the great demon throws back both its heads and roars.
Oh shit.
Religion check?
Yeah, but before you do that, I need everybody to make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh my god.
Everyone or just...
Everyone. And that's also the NPCs, actually, so you have to give me a minute.
Oh, he looks happy.
Oh man, I'm proficient in this. Thank God. Some shit at charisma.
21.
I'm going to pop an inspiration on that. Because why the fuck would I not? I still feel like I'm probably going to fail even if I get max.
Ooh.
Watch this be like one off or something.
This thing is either going to be a fairly low one or a fairly high one. I just don't know which.
16?
Either way, this is problematic.
12.
So what was that? 18 for Renlin, 21 for Flint.
12 for Cobalt.
12 for Cobalt.
Okay.
And 16 for...
wait, I'm deciding I'm going to add inspiration to that or not.
It's a D4. It's a case of do you think...
I am going to add a D4 to that, I think.
Go for it.
1D4. Okay.
17.
Sure.
I mean,
it's higher, I guess.
This thing, it might be a DC 17. It's unlikely, but it might be.
This is more of a role-playing
Cobalt's
thing.
failed, I'm assuming. Has Renlin rolled for this?
Yeah, I got 18.
Oh, yeah.
See, the reason I use inspiration is because I would think Kamar would see something like that and just become immediately engorged.
Like, oh, I want to kiss that
This
motherfucker.
must die.
It's like, oh, this makes me moist.
Exactly.
Moist
And considering
bloodlust.
I'm probably gonna run into the water like to get it. So yeah,
Makes you moist.
accurate in all regards.
So, not DC 12.
So roll me a D10.
Can I not?
You're gonna please.
This is a reaction shot, isn't it?
6. No, it's going to be how mad am I?
6.
Roll
Okay.
roll 1d10. That's how many more demigorgons.
It's going to be
appear.
like a madness effect or something
Yay.
like that.
And now roll a D percentile.
Oh,
Oh.
my god. I don't know what this
actually didn't bother
is.
Putting in a macro for this.
Oh.
58. That sounds
I
almost
don't like it
wild,
when he
man.
laughs.
As just the sight of this creature suddenly fills your mind, you forget everything. You see that creature, and your entire personality is suddenly broken.
Does this count as a disease?
No. You
Shit.
have gained the short-term madness. The character must use his or her action every round to attack the nearest creature for 6 minutes.
How many Kurtos
Oh.
are there around?
All I'm
The
saying
nearest
is...
creature right now is pressed against your leg in an attempt to protect itself
Yep.
from the horde of Kuotoans.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've got a stool problem, Phil.
As you turn to run from this hellish creature, the fear completely overcoming you, you almost trip on pathetic creature that is in your way. The
Being as I
mushroom
almost
thing.
tripped, can I roll to trip?
No.
Mm-hmm.
So
Are we redoing initiative?
no,
The
this
fight's
is
still going.
the fight. The Kuotoans see this and just drop, babbling into fetal positions in complete chaos and fear. It seems like right now, your group is the only one that is keeping any semblance of sanity. As this happens, Cobalt. Actually, no. Flint, make a perception check, an insight check.
An insight check, you say?
You guys have no idea the temptation to shout, "We must defeat it from within," and then launch myself at it.
Please do well on
damn it.
this.
13.
You notice something wrong with your buddy. Like, you've been
Minus
around
one,
Cobalt
thank God.
enough that you recognize
I built him.
when something is wrong. And just instantly you see this. You see the way he is currently looking at Stool. For this regard, I will say that both of you roll initiative. And this is a surprise round.
Okay, I see. I see.
Oh,
I see how it is.
6. Oh,
1.
Matt.
Phil?
He got a low roll for you, come on.
Everything.
So,
Got lower.
Can't make it easier for us.
if you want to throw a grid up, it's not exactly accurate to the map at hand, but I feel like playing the battle
Just
over
A
Demogorgon
grid on
works.
the Demogorgon's face.
Yeah,
Which
it
way?
makes sense. Are we all going on there?
Why not?
Give me a second, I'll drag your characters on. In fact, the best way to do this is probably...
Accurately sized. How big is this thing, actually? I know it's huge, but-
over 30 feet tall.
So is it
Basically,
huge?
current-
As tall as
currently,
I can move in
It
a
is
turn.
far in the
horizontally.
distance, like it's on the edges of the light of the town, but it is moving towards you. Like it is going to reach this. It is very much making a beeline for Sloopladop. And it is one scary motherfucker. All right, so the group at hand was... Kamal was about 20 feet ahead of everybody. But,
Smacking the bitch up.
Cobalt still was next to you. I'd imagine that Flint would be near you.
Hang on
Random
a sec.
wasn't-
It's just because I went furthest forwards, and then
Alright.
Mike ran past me, so I'd say I'm probably about
Yep.
20 feet away from him.
That works. I'll just move these guys a little back then. Didn't need to do that.
Oh, hey, Shushar's
All right.
alive. Oh, that's nice for him.
That's Shushar is barely alive. Well, he's the only Kuotoan that seems to be keeping any semblance of sense here. Like, it very much looks like they are a mad race in general, and his calmness of the mind has protected him from the majority of these effects that have affected his kin. Okay, so the first to react to this is Cobalt, unfortunately.
Yeah. What's the exact wording on my affliction?
Each round, you must attack the nearest creature
Attack.
with the intent. I'm going to say with the intent to kill. Like in my
I know,
mind, that
it's
should
more
be a part,
just...
so.
Yeah.
I think it's because he's looking at Stool. He's like, is there any loophole I can go through here?
It's
And-
more like, is there a way I can kind of limit this somewhat, or kind of,
Try and punch him instead of
in
hitting him with a
nicest
weapon.
way, edge it in Stool's favour a bit.
Feel free to go for the narrative here as much as you want, but the idea of
Yeah, I
the
get-
madness
I
is
get
you are
what you're
basically a fury, a savage fury has just overtaken you.
I will.
There is no sensor.
I will babble incoherently, I suppose, given I am mad.
Mm-hmm.
And I will Sacred Flame stall.
I will say, for what it's worth, you don't have access to your spells right now. You're not thinking right.
That kind of helps a little bit, I suppose, in the sense that that stops me doing the really big, powerful spells. However, at the same time, that means I'm still going to hit him, and he's probably not got a high AC. So, well.
That one.
For what it's worth, if you did have access to your spells, I'd have probably ruled it that you would have been using everything in your power to destroy this little
For what
game,
it's worth, my last attack with my mace wasn't that one. Did I drop my mace?
You did not, I'm afraid.
God damn it. Okay. I think I might have just rolled twice there, because I think Map Tools is acting up. So just give it a second.
I don't see your roll anywhere.
I was going to say...
Yeah, that's because it's done this before. Sometimes it takes a moment.
Does Evil DM get to make a player kill his favourite NPC? Find out.
Next
Soon,
time.
maybe. Next
Dragon
time.
Ball Z.
Maybe. There we go.
I've just rolled.
The first one is a 10.
No, it's 14. 10
Which is 14, which is a hit. That's the hit.
Damn.
How much damage is that?
That'll be 1d6 plus 2, so 3 damage.
3 damage.
And I will be screaming nonsense.
As your mace comes down and smacks the little toadstool on the head, there is a brief second where the toadstool itself is indented a little, and then spores in the air all around, and you hear screams of... You can't even make out the words. Like everybody around within the radius of this just gets the emanation of complete confusion and betrayal of this
And
poor little
madness from me.
And we are all aware of what just happened.
And yeah, suddenly your minds are filled with a bloodlust, one that you guys can control, but you recognise that it is coming from the stone golem of the party.
Stolen.
Flynn, you recognise this was about to happen. You reacted just a little too late, but you are still able to react before the rest of the party.
Shit. Right, so I'm going to pull up my hammer.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to hurt you. This is going to hurt you a lot more than it's going to hurt me.
No, it's
I'll tell you that right now.
not.
And I yell to Stool to run.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to Booming Blade.
Okay.
Slapping Cobalt in the face, hopefully.
Remember
Okay,
what
roll your
happened
attack.
when the last party member started attacking other party members?
Wait a sec.
I'm just
What I'm
saying.
saying is I'm
Yeah.
the cleric here.
I'm a
Declare-
paladin. I know cure wounds.
Without
Yeah, but
access
you
to
won't kill the
spells.
party.
Yeah,
I
that
can
killed
stabilize,
me.
I just can't stabilize Phil.
12.
That's a miss.
Well, that's a mess.
Yep.
So as your
You're not
blade,
hitting me anytime
as
soon.
it's pick, isn't it? Mining pick.
Yeah. No, it's a war pick.
War pick, sorry. As your pick comes forward, you slam it around, and Kobold, even in his anger, just brings his arm up and smashes it away, getting his mace ready for another attack on the little toadstool.
Shit.
At this point, it's initiatives.
Wait, we're
one
redoing
second.
initiatives.
Because it's the
Yeah,
new
it's
combat.
essentially where
Second.
Trust me, I hate this more than you.
you really don't.
Right.
Like,
You
No,
really
as in,
haven't
I
got
hate
your
rerolling
rolls.
the initiatives. I'm loving
Oh,
the fact
sorry.
that I'm making you kill Stool here, but...
oh great, now I can roll.
Now you can get a high initiative.
Alright.
It's actually the exact
I don't
opposite.
want to get high initiative.
10.
You don't need to roll. You two, Flynn
Oh.
and Cobalt have already rolled.
Okay.
What you-
Oh, that's
the rest
alright,
of us
because I rolled shit that time. Good.
Yep.
This therapy fighting time.
So Cobalt, what'd you get? You got 6.
I got 6 originally, yeah.
And I got 1.
Yeah. I just probably read, like, briefly, I just glanced at them to see which was lowest first. I didn't really take in what you rolled, Matt.
Is everybody, like,
Oh.
including NPCs, rolling
Oh.
again?
Also to note, It does. Yeah, they are. This is a new combat. To note, Durandil is still tearing into the Kuotones near him. He hasn't stopped.
Yeah, he does that.
Renlin?
Let's talk about that.
I got 13.
13.
So you've gone the way of the rod then.
Who's gone the way of the what?
Of the
He's
rod.
gone the way of the orc.
Now, I would like to
He's
point
gonna
out.
die.
I'd like to point out that I'm not going to turn and attack you, even though the last time somebody attacked the party did, because there's a giant evil thingy.
You're more concerned about the giant evil thing, yes.
Concern
that
is the
makes
wrong
sense.
word. Engorged by is what I'd go for.
I will say that Kamar, this is the greatest evil you've ever seen.
Yeah.
You also are smart enough to recognize it is the most powerful. This is.
So what you're saying is, this is my moment to write my name into legend.
You know
Yes.
that if
As
you
the
know
guy
that
who
this-
gets instantly killed by the demigod.
I was gonna say, just looking at it, you recognize it could flick you, and you're a
Ants to be
beetle, you're an
darkened.
ant
Indeed.
right now.
But the important
So-
thing is, there's a lot of ants, and a lot of
Yep.
ants can still equal one dead person.
You're
fair,
welcome to do
to
what you want, but just know
be
that,
fair
that
here,
you do
can I
recognize.
point
Like,
out
I'm not being
one of his tenets of his oath of vengeance is to fight the greater evil. It is literally given the choice of the lesser or the greater evil. He has to fight the greater evil.
That's fair. If you want to fulfill that, you can do. I'm just, and I will hold you to your oath. Unfortunately, that is.
Well, if he leaves, he will literally lose his oath.
Yeah.
It depends how merciful our DM
No,
is, I suppose.
No,
You've actually just reminded me, and that is a very good point. This is literally your oath: is to fight the bigger things. That said,
I know.
like,
To be fair, Mike was wanting to anyway.
I was gonna anyway.
Oathbreaker, oathbreaker.
And I got
oathbreaker.
21 initiative. Try and stop me, bitches.
21 on initiative, you say?
You're not even going to
21,
get
yeah.
to Demogorgon, and you're going to dive into the water and get eaten by fish.
Probably, yeah. I don't think that far ahead.
No,
Matt.
but this
But
is
this
the lesser
day-
evil.
So
This
this
is
is the
no, it's
day
lots
Mike
of
rolls
little
a new
evils.
character.
Yeah, you may need a new character for next week. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna take it easy on you for the sake of the narrative.
It's for the best. Let's be honest.
There's
God
some
damn it,
bets
I
that
didn't
will
have to- I
all
didn't
win
think
if you
I'd have to
die.
Write in a new character this early in the campaign.
I think there's a bit of an issue taking Oath of Vengeance and then having a demon prince appear in the next session.
Yeah, there is.
Look, it's part of his character and he's a paladin.
It's part.
So unless you can come up with a really good reason why he would just break his oath right now, then he's going to go fight that thing.
You could go with the argument that running away to fight at a later date and potentially win means
Well,
he
Wait, no.
does
He
more benefit.
I tell
just
you what,
needs to
in the long
spawn an
run,
even
but-
bigger evil, like behind us, and then a bigger evil behind that, and a bigger evil behind that.
Just a chain of bigger evils.
So you
like,
just keep running to the
exactly.
biggest evil and then they all just disappear at the same time. You're like, oh.
Exactly. That's
what
how you
happens
get
when that
balance
chain
there.
ends, though, Mike? Like
They all
at
just
one point-
disappear.
uh,
Cthulhu.
As
That's
long
what
as the
happens.
chain takes long enough, he might be an old man by then.
well,
And then his
first
knees
off,
just break and he's like, well,
I'll get
Dementia time
you!
exhaustion.
First to react, strangely enough, is Sareth the Drow, who
Well, that-
shrieks "No!" and jumps on Cobalt, attempting to grapple you.
oh.
Oh no!
You
good luck with that.
easily push him off there as he falls
Wait,
to the ground.
It's no, because it's a grapple. Bear in mind, it's an opposed check, not an AC one.
That is true. He rolled a 3 on the dice, but feel free to roll.
Hey,
no, I didn't
now,
make
I
a roll.
could
I
I am
fail.
genuinely surprised about
Good.
how shocked he was that you attacked Stool. I thought
Actually,
he'd be
okay,
like,
in fairness, the lowest I can get is 3. So, yeah, I break 3.
Now, should
I'm
I?
assuming I'm not going to let him grapple me.
Yeah, you throw him off. He
So I
bounces
will
off
be
the
doing
glass.
athletics, which is my better of the 2. So, well, even if I wasn't, it's still high enough.
Pepido backs away.
Why not go first?
Naturally.
Come on.
Now, here's the question: do I or do I not compel the demon prince to a duel?
Right now, he is maybe 2 to 400 feet away from.
You should
Like, he is not.
Okay, so he's a
within
long
range, but-
distance away.
but
Cobalt
he's
is now the
moving
greater
towards you.
evil.
No, I'm
And-
still not the greater evil.
Just
The greatest evil.
Looking-
Imminent
like-
evil. Maybe.
just his walking towards you is causing great waves to splash against the docks of this place. Like his casual walk is causing close to not tidal waves, but like vicious waves to approach. Just
Okay,
his mere
I'm
movement.
dumb, but I'm not so dumb as to run into a tsunami. Not
Oh,
that dumb.
That's the point. Is it a demon or a devil?
We've been told demon.
you've been
prince.
told it's the Prince Demons.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, fine.
However, the person that would probably recognise this is currently insane.
That said, yeah, you
Uh,
don't know. You don't actually know what this is. Like this is just a great, powerful creature that scares the shit out of you.
Well,
Okay.
We've been
If you're rolling
told.
up,
Like
I'll
somebody's
check it out.
at some point said the word demon. I forget who it was.
To be fair, also the priestess did shout out Demogorgon before she died,
She shouted out Lee Mugugan, and then
which I have said
coincidentally,
He has
shortly
translated to
after,
dem-
this thing appeared. You don't know it's the same thing.
Could be a
Maybe
coincidence.
it's unrelated.
maybe.
Okay.
Probably
Maybe
not.
she cast
Maybe.
Phantasmal Force.
Okay. I shout at Phil's character, whose name I immediately
Cobalt.
forgot. Cobalt. Shout at Cobalt. Quit your raving. This time we must stand strong against the greatest evil. Hold your ground. This day our names are written into legends. Who is with me? And then start running towards the water. And switch my hunter's mark to him.
Okay,
Because you can.
as
Wait,
you,
what's the range on that? I might not be able to.
I don't think you can actually.
To be fair, I don't.
Switch it to the
Generally.
fish, all of them.
The fish.
Again,
I'm not like
Um,
running. I'd like to point out, I'm not running into the waves. I'm sort of like running towards.
you
the
are
water.
basically next to the water. Like
Ah,
Vegas
it's
does.
90 feet. Okay. In that case, I just shield one hand, flail the other one. I'm totally gonna put that hunter's mark on him as soon as he's in range.
Okay.
I'm waiting for it. 90 feet.
Topsy, kind of swings around, pushing her brother out of the way, and now stepping between Cobalt, the crazed Cobalt, and her brother. Stool again lets out frightened shrieks of betrayal and confusion, and runs away. This breaks attack opportunity.
Yeah, it does.
God damn it.
Where's
Oh,
he
we have
going?
one job, and that's to not get hit a lot. How are you
16.
bad at this job?
He runs behind Eldith.
Oh, actually,
16's a hit.
Go on.
Question. My +2 dueling, does that apply to my hand crossbow as well?
No.
Okay.
It's
No, it has
melee
to be a
weapons, I
melee
believe.
Just melee weapon. Okay.
4 damage.
4 damage. Okay. So Stool almost gets propelled forwards as your mace hits it, and it's behind. And then almost as soon as Stool leaves reach, your anger turns towards those nearest you. At this point, both
Someone
Seraph
did
and
just
Flint
try
are
and
actively
grapple me.
and so we just attacked you. So both Flint and Seraph are close to you. I'll let you choose between the two. Yeah, I'll let you choose between the two. I'll trust you to play the narrative.
I would probably go with Sarith currently just because he tried to grapple me, so I assume he's very up close and personal.
You bat him off like he fell
I know,
off
but
you.
the point is he's still
Um,
not necessarily at this exact very immediate moment in time, but I'm going
at
with
one
the
point he
idea
was, but
he's-
at that point, Stool was closer to you. Your focus was on Stool.
I think
Like, if
I
you're going
think
for
what
the
he's saying
technicals,
is
Flint
that
is the closest to you
at
when
that
you
point he did
change
get up
minds.
in his face at one point, even though
He
he's
did,
been
but
backed
that-
away now.
He did, but at that point you weren't paying attention to him as much. You were focused on Stool. Like as soon as Stool goes, that's when you're suddenly turned towards Flint and Seraph, and both are about the same distance from you.
Well, if you want to pick
Brennan.
it, he was looking directly down, so the closest is the Dark Elf because he only
Either
needs
way,
to turn his head slightly.
Again,
Right,
I
so
said I'd
all
let
of
you play the
these,
narrative, and then I
all
argued
these
it.
fish
I'll let you
creatures
choose.
are now like they just like grovel on the floor. They're kind of like praying to it or something.
They're fetal, but like some are praying, some go fetal, like arms over their heads, rocking back and forth. Others are screaming out "Limagugun, Limagugun!"
Right.
Like all in fits of terror and insanity.
Out of the two that are now on the floor in front of me, I aim my hand at the one who actually managed to damage me,
Mhm.
and I Eldritch Blast him.
Roll your attack roll.
Are you just trying to farm temporary hit points?
I
right
don't
now?
think you understand, Mike. This thing actually caused me to bleed my blood. He dies today.
Made you bleed your own
Your-
blood.
Yeah.
your green ball of energy shoots from your palm, just literally almost like drops out of your hand and smashes on its head. You hear cracking as its skull breaks on the top of it, and it just collapses in a pool of its own blood.
And then I'll just say, "Run to the boats now. We sail away from this town." And then I just sort of,
Why
sort
couldn't
of
you
move
run
around.
before Stool did?
Roll a persuasion check to see how much attention you get over literally everything that's happening right now.
Okay. Persuasion. I don't think anyone gives a fuck. I think they're kind of more consumed with what's going on right now.
Overall, the noise of what's happening, and like you all kind of think you hear Redland Sace shout something, but he is just running away right now.
I don't.
Jim Jar, he looks up at what's happening, sees Kamar ready up and say, "Yeah, even I'm not dumb enough to place a wager against that thing," and turns around and runs.
You talking about me or the Demigorgon?
Yes.
That's the point.
Oh.
Which
Well,
direction?
he's running away.
Which direction is the
he's
boat,
going
by the
south.
way?
Technically, the boats could be like there's ports entirely across the top area. Basically, like think that this is the Dark Lake up here.
Mm.
There's piers going all along it across the town. So you could probably find one further away if you wanted to get away from where this is happening. But
Yeah.
Considering the
the water
Demogorgons
everywhere
in
is
the water,
pretty rough.
I think I'm going to avoid the water.
Either way, you didn't hear what Renan said, so Eldith kind of says something's wrong with the stone man. Puts an arm down, and grabs Stool, then runs again away from what's happening, carrying Stool and Ra.
Oh, she's carrying a stool.
She says, "Come on, little one, out of here." Cobalt, your turn. Let's have some fun. Who you attacking?
I'll be attacking Sareth.
I'm gonna say roll a d4.
No,
Can roll a
who's rolling your
d4
attack?
if you'd rather do that.
I trust you to play the narrative. Like, I know you value the story as much as I, so
I would be going with Mace because I've not got spells or anything. So that's a 12.
that is a hit.
That's 6 damage.
Mhm.
Man, I'm 3 for 3 at the moment.
Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
that's it. I've got his AC written down wrong here. It's actually a mess. He's wearing a chain shirt.
Oh,
My bad.
I thought he was wearing
So,
cloth.
although actually no, he is currently prone because he fell onto his arse. So
In which
roll
case,
another
I've got an advantage.
Yeah.
14.
That's still a miss. You bring your mace down, and he lets out a whoo as he backs away, the mace landing between his legs.
Oof.
Turvey shrieks and makes sure his sister's even more between him and you. Shushar.
Pretty sure that's what everyone's doing at the moment.
Shushar says,
Hey, what's this everyone business?
"My friend, what are you?" At which point, Derendil, still in his craze, reaches out and slashes at Shushar.
No.
Oh no, not the no. He was important.
I mean, he's probably the one we care least about, to be perfectly honest.
He's not even helpful.
I mean,
Both
he
attack-
brought us here.
Yeah, look how well that's
Yeah.
going.
Both attacks hit. Hey, you guys asked for him to bring you here. I mean, he
Yeah,
recommended
because
it.
everyone
Yeah,
That's
else
true.
was like,
don't blame a
nowhere
person
near.
for their vacation recommendations.
Hope you guys follow me to the boat.
To be
What
fair,
about
we
that.
came here more because everywhere else was like a month away, and this was like,
Yeah, this was the closest place.
Basically, how are
There's
you to
less-
know that this thing would appear? Anyway, Quagga brings his claws down and rakes across Shushar, who, along with the wounds he'd already taken from the spears, just falls backwards. He is, at the very least, incapacitated. You have no clue whether or
Wait,
not
sorry,
he's
who
dead.
did that to him?
Prince
Darendil.
Darendil, Quagga, the elf turned Quagga,
Oh.
who is still in a frenzy from the fight. He then, with his newest foe down, he then turns towards the other nearest.
Is it me?
He turns to one of the other nearest targets and is now bearing down on Cobalt from the other side. Flynn, your turn.
yay.
Oh
Okay,
dear.
I'm going to move down here
Why does
Trying to get
nobody
myself
want
sort
to
of between
save me
Cobalt
from
and
my
Top
own
C.
stupidity?
This madness that sort of takes Darendelle isn't similar to the one Cobalt's.
You've seen this before. This happened in the ambush with the Kuatones as well. It seemed when things attacked him and actually hurt him, he seemed to become much more like the creature he holds the form of.
Okay,
the elven royalty he claims to be.
Prince, calm yourself. We're friends, and then I'm going to try and shove Cobalt prone.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage because you're trying to do an action at the same time.
Persuasion check, you say?
Yep.
Can you do those?
We're about to find out.
Sorceress, so I'd hope so.
I was gonna say.
Mhm.
You might just be really good in intimidation.
8.
Jesus
You-
Christ.
Say that it doesn't, as far as you can tell, it doesn't seem to break through Prince Darendille's perception. As you then
Okay.
attempt to trip Cobalt.
I forget how tripping works.
It's the same. It's the same as a grapple. It's an
Same as
opposed
grapple.
I
check.
suppose athletics. Or you
Well,
can use
either athletics
to resist.
or acrobatics. Yeah.
It would be athletics in my case.
Yep.
This is a
24.
Oh my.
That works.
Yeah,
So,
There we go, yeah.
bring
Impressive,
your pickaxe around, you hook it behind Cobalt's legs, yank it with one hand, and Cobalt stands there tight. Bring your left hand down, and with all your might, bring your axe up, yanking his ankles out from beneath him, and as Cobalt crashes to the floor,
So what you're telling
enraged
me is
and
he just got yankled.
I guess.
Sarith then leaps on top of him, attempting to hold him still. Roll me an athletics check or acrobatics check, Phil.
$11.
You're gonna get Prince
Defender
on top
wins.
of you.
So
Sorry?
as defender wins, so as the drow kind of falls onto you, you just manage to push him off in your frenzy. Although it did take you mostly by surprise. Papido is out of sight. Kamar, this thing is getting closer. At this point, you see the waves getting rougher and rougher as suddenly a much larger wave rushes towards you. Make me a strength check. A strength saving throw, in fact.
Is it within 90 feet of me yet?
He isn't. He is just casually strolling. Even at his size, it's going to take him several rounds to get to reach you.
I'm gonna hunter's mark him as soon as he's in the range.
Yep, that's
I'm doing
fine.
it. This is gonna happen. Strength was
That's
that?
fine.
Just straight strength or
Strength
anything
save. Strength
I'm calling it
save.
now on that one.
else? I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm going to
It's probably
give
the
him
only way I
a 5 on the
survived
dice.
this. I do not have the proficiency in this.
Actually,
Get
it's
to
that
pull.
page open.
Nah,
Oh,
Nah.
Damn
no,
it.
no, that's an auto success, Mike.
No, it's not.
It is 20s on saving throws for
Save.
auto
No,
success.
it's only attacks. Saving throws aren't auto successes in fifth
Sure,
edition.
saves are.
Not fifth edition.
Either way, that's a save against this. It wasn't an attack from
23.
him. This is just a environment effect from him being around, effectively. So
so
you
I
don't get knocked prone. You don't take full damage, but you do take 3 points of damage as the wave hits you hard.
3 points. What kind of damage?
Bludgeoning, if it's the
It's
wave.
bludgeoning.
So 0 damage then.
I'm just trying to think here because
It's just a physical force hitting him with bludgeoning. 'Cause he's
Well, yeah,
not slashing or
but
piercing.
His DR is specifically versus non-mundane weaponry. Like I'm actually trying because this is a different style of attack kind of thing than actual weapons. Like it's hitting your full body. So I'm going to say that this bypasses that.
Well,
Like,
ain't that a bitch? Okay.
trust me, that's the least of things that this guy's going to do to you.
Okay. In that case, I shout, "Is that all you've got?" And then use lay on hands on myself for 3 points of it.
I like how he's like, "Is this all you've got?" And the guy's just like, "I'm just walking over here."
Like, who the fuck are you? What? So yeah, so I'm back up to full health.
Okay.
Shout, "Fight me!" and all the other things that are tremendously.
You what,
unnice
mate?
to say.
All right.
Oh, you got to throw me, mum.
Sorry. Yeah. At this point, I've got that open. I didn't even look at its police speed.
Everything I'm doing is an awful plan.
You
Okay.
are dead generally an awful
It's
plan.
okay, Mike. You're role playing. That's what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. go for the narrative. I always say it. Topsy, seeing what's happening, lets out a shriek and says, "Just stop him! We need to run!" And kind of pushes Turvey back as she withdraws.
Oh, not me, him. Okay, good, great.
Uh,
I was like, oh, good, somebody cares. No. Okay. Why will nobody rescue me from my bottomless stupidity?
We've just seen it too much. We're done.
But I'm useful.
I'm guessing Jim Jar, Papido, Stool, and Eldrith are kind of running away from the fight now. That's kind of what they're doing.
Jim Jar, Stool, and Eldif are all running away.
I will be.
Topsy and Turvey just kind of backing away, not sure what to do.
I'm basically going to be running with them, just trying to say we need to find the nearest boat, and we're just going to get on it and sail away with as many friends as we can. Is basically what I'm going to be doing now.
As you move towards them, you don't need to roll a persuasion check now. You can say that to them. And Jim Jar says, "Hi, I think I saw a boat the other side the cavern. Let's just head that way." And he indicates a direction that you can take through the streets.
Yeah.
As you all kind of group up as a fivesome. Can you roll me a persuasion check on this? Just to see if Topsy and Turvey do not hear this plan.
Oh my god.
Jim Jar runs with you, Eldif runs with you. Cobalt, your turn.
I stand up. I don't want to fight laying down. That's a very vulnerable position.
It is.
And then I swing at the guy that knocked me down.
That's fair.
Hi, Flint.
Hello.
Uh, 14.
14 is a miss on Flint, I'm pretty sure. You've got 9 or 11 or 16 or 18.
That's a lot of different choices there.
Well, it depends
He's got his
stone,
shield, he's got his stone armor. So what, sorry?
It depends on whether I'm stoned and whether I'm shielded.
You've got your shield, but you've not got your stoned.
I'm not stoned, so that's actually a hit.
Being stoned during a fight is probably not a good
8
idea.
damage.
8 damage.
Bludgeoning if it makes a difference.
Right.
No, not really.
I am 4 for 4.
Cobalt to Turvey as he gets ready to run with his sister.
You did miss someone.
I've not missed someone with my mace yet.
Not
since I've gone mad.
Missed
Anyway.
Sarah last turn. You missed him last turn. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You almost hit him, but then I remembered he has a chain shirt.
Yes, I did hit him. Then you went, no, wait, that armor he has on.
Derendil. He turns on the nearest target, which is Cobalt, and hacks at you with his claws.
20.
You still prone?
hit.
That's a hit and a miss.
No,
one of the claws bounces off you, but it just seems to enrage him more. Digs in with his other claw for 5 points of damage.
Okay, I'm on 22.
Yep. Flint, your turn.
Um.
The creature in the distance is getting closer.
Yeah. But on the other hand, Cobalt's kind of crazy, and I kind of prefer he not die.
I'm here too.
I imagine you would.
Yeah, but
So-
no one cares about you, Mike. That's the problem.
So
Yeah.
You're not
It's
close enough to
real.
be cared about at this point.
I'm going to try and knock some sense into him. However, I know I built him far too well, and I can't actually physically hit him. So
Damn
what,
these gifted hands!
what I can do,
Basically.
however, is catch him off guard. Are there any weapons lying around on the floor nearby?
There's lots of spears from the Kyotoans.
One of them flings at him.
Okay, this is one of your spells, I'm assuming?
Can I just double
He-
check? Am I
Yeah.
supposed to be making saves every round here?
Oh,
Or is it really that cruel?
this is how madness works.
Okay.
6
Wait,
minutes
so
worth.
what
Yeah.
triggers the
Okay,
stop?
so
Rounds.
Sorry?
one of the spears of a nearby Kyotoan shivers and then flings itself at him.
Okay.
You have to make a saving throw. A dexterity saving throw, sorry. Yeah. DC 12.
16.
The spear flies past him.
The spear flies past him and slams into the ground near Kamar's feet. They're providing weapons for your fight, Mike. Don't worry.
Like, yes,
As-
gather your arms. We can take it.
The
The sad
creature
part about this is
starts
Kamal's
stomping
probably the only
closer
person at the moment that
and
can stop.
closer. What did we find out the range of Hunter's Mark was?
90 feet, wasn't it?
Maybe.
90 feet.
At this point, the creature is just beyond 100 feet from you.
Damn it.
As its eyes, one of its heads, its leering baboon-like face, slightly cocked to the side, stares down at you. You look into its deep, burning eyes. Roll me a charisma saving throw.
Hi, Mike. It was nice knowing you.
Bike.
Oh, charisma. You can do charisma, right?
Actually, no. Sorry. A choice here. As it looks down towards you, do you meet its gaze or do you look away?
So I'm rolling charisma then, is what you're saying.
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, wisdom.
Oh, come on.
Sorry.
I gotta be like that.
You've got proficiency in wisdom saves, don't you?
I do, yeah, but I only have 10 wisdom. So it's still...
It's not
so
that
it's
Not
bad.
a
also-
very wisdomous person.
I'm not a very wise person, no.
If that wasn't
You
really
are of
obvious so far in the
average wisdom.
campaign.
You are averagely wise.
I think I have one more extra dice. Oh my god, what's it called? Inspiration. I've got
Inspiration.
one more of those.
Which
Now's
is
the time to use it.
Nope.
Don't worry,
I mean-
not much.
You got 22, so let me put it this
I'm
way:
good.
you're probably not going to want to use it there.
So,
DC 23.
What?
Wow.
What?
Wow.
This is, to be fair, a CR 26 creature. So-
bullshit is what it is.
I'm
Roll
just
me
having
D3, Mike.
D3.
flashbacks to our Pathfinder Mythic campaign where everything's DC and AC was really
God.
fucking high.
There's a
Like,
reason I stopped
rolled a
playing
54,
Pathfinder.
It's like, yeah, okay, you still don't hit.
I
That's
get
like,
41 on perception. You still can't see it. What? Fucking mage.
It's like it got to a point in that game where everything you've told me, there's no point in rolling a d20. Like you may as well just say whose stats are higher, they win.
Yeah, basically, that's the problem with it. Like,
Every match was either we kill it in one round or it kills a party member.
yeah.
So
Yes.
usually it ended with us killing it in one round because we had the paladin who had ridiculously powerful crits, and the barbarian
also
who had
had the-
ridiculously powerful crits.
And the everything who just got in the way and made us invincible.
Yeah, it was Pathfinder Mythic, or Pathfinder in general, like high level, gets very much glass cannony. Pathfinder Mythic gets very much glass cannony.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, Mike, you were under the effects of a confusion spell.
That's me.
I will let you know how that affects you on your turn.
Knew I should have cast Protection from Evil and Good last round.
Yeah,
So-
you probably should have.
Yeah, I
Seeing-
don't know why you did.
Yeah, there's
Seeing
100
that
feet
Stool
away.
has been carried away, he kind of turns and just sees the creature in distance. You hear him go, "Ah," and suddenly he just flees, bolts,
I swing.
provoking an attack. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
that's
rolled
it.
twice. No, I rolled twice.
the first one's a miss. Yeah. So you swing and kind of catch the back of his chain shirt, almost propelling him forward, but doing no actual harm to him. Pepedo is with Renlin. Come on. So
Oh yes, me. Hello.
you need to roll me a. So we get the
Oh,
spell up.
man.
I think it's a D6 off the
I
top.
think
of
it's a
my head.
D6, but I'm just going to double check.
I can't wait to
Confusion, is it?
bomb some Dodongos.
Oh dear.
Confusion is a D10.
Yep, D10. Oh
It's
my
just-
god,
just
it's
a
so
D10.
badly rolled on this.
Is it just roll d10 then?
Yep, roll
Yeah.
D10.
7, whatever that means.
7. The creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach. If there are no creatures within its reach, the creature does nothing this turn. So, you look around and ready yourself. You basically swing at the air at this thing as it approaches, like furious at it and determined that you're going to get this kill. Topsy,
So you're
Uh,
saying I didn't get confused at all then?
you basically you got even more angry than you were previously.
Wow, I didn't
Topsy
think
and
that was
turvy.
possible.
Rush away. Fortunately, Topsy notices Ren and the rest running in a direction, so she drags Turvy that way. They're behind you, but it looks like they're making the same direction as you, Laurie.
Oh, serious question, Beanie. Did all of my flailing take me 10 feet closer to the Demigorgon?
Uh,
'Cause if it did, Hunter's mark that bitch.
no, but it did step you
Damn it.
forwards into the water.
Okay.
Oh dear.
10 feet forward.
Just be glad he didn't do this to you when the wave hit you. And we've got like
I was thinking,
covered
is the
in
wave going to be
piranhas.
filled with piranhas?
Yeah.
Bear in mind, it's a bonus action to transfer
It is, so it's on my turn.
mark anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Well, he's got it basically as a reaction. Although
Yeah,
the
I've got
confusion
it
He
is
prepared.
can't take reactions
actually, yeah,
at the
the
moment
confusion's
anyway.
just got rid of that, unfortunately.
Oh man, see, that's the real tragedy here.
As about
Go
roll
ahead.
me a d12, Mike.
D12. I should roll one of these this game.
28 piranhas.
D12. Yep, 4 piranhas per.
So
12.
Oh no, Mike.
12 Ixitzachitil fish start nibbling and gnawing at your flesh.
What kind of damage?
12 fish are
piercing.
eating him.
Aha!
This is weapon, so you do get to reduce each one by 3.
Yep.
Uh,
This is
so,
only gonna go well.
No, it's
what's
not.
your AC? It is 18.
18, yeah. If you count the shield in this situation.
I do.
Okay.
You're still
Um,
on it. I don't see why you wouldn't.
You're still aware to the combat, so you still act like almost subconsciously just basically flinging it into the water to try and scoop them away.
He's trying to batter fish. What is this?
So,
You some sort of chef?
Ah,
Ah,
that's 3 misses. 1 hit.
oh man.
2 hits.
It started well.
3 hits.
Started well.
50-50.
Oh, it's only 6.
3
So
hits.
that's-
First attack
that's
is
24.
3 points of damage, which is countered by your damage reduction. Second attack is 3, which is countered. And the third attack is 4, which goes down to 1 to your damage reduction.
That's
you're-
because I decided to headbutt that one. It was a terrible plan. I don't know why I did it. It just obviously
Because you're-
had to be done.
Because you're dumb.
I'm
obviously.
not the smartest person, no.
Renlin, you're just running towards the area where the boat is. It's
Yep.
going to take you a few rounds to get there.
I'm doing the
Jim goes
smart
with you,
thing.
I'll just- Cobalt!
I swing at Flint.
Swing your attack.
Oh no.
Oh. Oh.
Roll damage.
Good, well,
But we thought
This
Mike
wasn't-
was going to die
This,
first.
this
8
wasn't supposed to
damage.
go this way, guys. I know I'm a cruel DM, but this wasn't
8
supposed to go
damage.
this way.
So
8
not
damage.
too bad, but still.
The mace comes down and smashes on the top of Flint's head, which for any other race would be a critical hit, but Flint's a dwarf. It's his hardest part. So you take 8 points of damage.
the fool decided to hit me in the head. Rookie mistake.
I'm pretty sure that's actually a line from one of the Dritz novels, said
Yeah.
by Bruno, the King of Dwarfs. The King of a Dwarven tribe.
King of all
Uh,
dwarves.
Could be the king of all dwarves, yeah.
King of all important. dwarves.
The
Turvy
king
is
of the
right.
dwarfs.
Tushar is totally fine. Darendil swings at Cobalt.
20 to beat.
He misses both.
Good.
Sure. Is that right? Oh no, sorry, one of those hits. I thought it was plus
Really?
3. He's plus 5. You take 6 points of damage.
Ow. 16 health.
See, earlier I was wondering like how this fight was going to go, seeing as we're trying to do a plan and we're not good at plans. The plan actually went well. It's what happened after the plan.
See,
Basically,
the thing is, I was like,
We
this
didn't
is
plan
going
for
far
this.
too easy, especially when the priestess died. It's like, that was like 1 round. This can't be. Oh.
I thought it was just
I'm
going to be because there
guessing
was
it was
so
the-
many enemies. That was going
It
to be
was
the
the
difficult part.
equivalent of us sacrificing the priestess. I
Pretty
figured
much.
that when
Yes.
before I hit her. Like, yeah, this is exactly what they want.
so Flint, your turn.
Right, that kind of hurts. So, and Darendil's still kind of mad, so I'm going to stone up.
Get rock
Yeah.
hard.
And you don't get stoned
correct,
while you're
son.
fighting.
And I'm just going to turn to
Just
Darendil
make it
and
harder to hit
I'm
him.
going to say, Darendil, get out of here while you still can.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage because again you're not doing it as an action.
Also, I like how I'm the one actively picking a
10.
fight with that monstrosity, and I'm still winning.
He
Yeah,
doesn't break the
issue
frenzy.
here is,
Damn it.
the issue here, Mike, is you're the one that can fix me.
Yeah, I know.
Can I?
Nobody
As
asked. Nobody asked.
The demonic creature stalks through the waves, now about 50 feet from Kamar.
I'm totally gonna Hunter's Mark that bitch.
The
Still
confusion
confusion.
is
I know.
broken.
Oh,
Aha! Hunter's Mark.
However, the creature is still staring at you. Are you
Okay,
breaking
then.
your gaze from it? You
No.
felt its intrusion in your mind.
Well, I did,
fact,
but that
not
just
only
makes
did-
me angrier.
Not only did you feel its intrusion in your mind, you felt that overbearing, most powerful force you've ever felt in your mind. Like, this is enough
Yeah.
to send a chill through your bones 10 times over.
Okay.
this is
but
kind of a you can't beat it kind of.
I
situation.
understand that. However, that's not how this goes.
No,
Well,
it's,
I
Fair enough.
understand that by all indication I should run away, but that's not how it works.
no, I
I-
mean more as in you would at least know. Don't look it in the eyes necessarily. Like by all means, stand your ground, but you'd probably have enough sense to go. Don't look this thing in the eyes. It'll just murder me for that.
So bear in mind, I suppose it's already done this to you once. If you want to actually stand your ground, you go, okay, as long as I don't look it in the eye, I can fight this thing.
Yeah, basically.
As long as you don't look it in the eye, you can win.
You can at
Okay.
least fight back. I think is
His best weapon is fish.
Yeah, I mean, so far all he's done is pitiful waves and thrown fish at me.
Yeah.
It's clearly not a threat.
And he gave you the stink eye.
I guess I will. At the moment of seeing him try to look at me, I'll throw my shield up in front of me as if I was fighting a Medusa behind me, and use it to block his gaze from me.
Okay. As you do that, you hear it roar, and suddenly, as you feel the waves getting much rougher, as this creature is now running in your direction.
Oh, goodbye.
Great.
Oh,
Knew I should have stared it in
Come
the
on,
eyes.
you better get knocked out soon.
I'm on 16 health.
You better get
Come
knocked
on.
out soon.
Let me put it this way: I'm not getting knocked out soon.
Durandell, do your shit.
This has got to be. There's
He's
got to be some
unlikely
waves
to
hitting me
knock
right
me
now.
out next turn.
There are
He gets
many
2
waves.
attacks.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
has
there
got
are
to be
many
a
waves
roll
hitting you
of some
right now. Roll me a strength save.
sort. Yeah, this has got to be a
Thank you for the
roll.
reminder. In fact, they're actually bigger than they were previously as well now. So
Do you want me to give me disadvantage or
no, there's just more damage.
no? Yay. Strength save, right?
Mhm.
But
You stand your ground, but still take 7 points of damage as the now rougher waves smash against you. Ixitadal falling out of the water all around you and flopping on the floor pathetically.
Ah,
What else are you doing?
So
The
it's
shield's
actually
now
my
in
go.
front of you. You can hear it approaching you.
Well, obviously, Hunter's Mark that guy. My bonus action.
Oh, shit.
You need to see a target to Hunter's Market.
Damn
In order to avoid its gaze, you
It
basically...
does
look him
specify.
in his thighs. Look him in his thighs.
Yeah, just look at him.
I'm looking
His
at
legs.
him, just not in his eyes.
The actual wording of his gaze abilities is if you're avoiding their gaze, you're actively looking away from them. Like you can't look in their direction.
Well, you've ruined everything. You realise that. This is the one thing I
Uh-huh.
wanted to do today. You are the worst.
You wanted to Hunter's Mark him, so when you inevitably didn't hit him, you could
You did
deal
extra
extra
damage.
damage.
Yes.
Hmm.
Because his AC
Your
is good for like
fairness-
30.
I mean, let's put it this way:
He's not
the only
wearing
way
any
you're hitting
armor.
him is on a crit, Mike.
He's not wearing any armor. He isn't wearing armor, and he's quite big. There's a lot of him to hit. I might still hit him.
Yeah, there's a
might
lot of
get
him.
a hit
He
on him.
probably has natural armor though. Bear in
Also,
mind.
AC isn't
Yeah.
that high in this.
It's
Yeah.
not, but I imagine it's still probably going to be.
It's
It'll
the
be at
AC
least
part
20.
that you guys are kind of getting dragged over here. But anyway.
I
what you doing?
cast protection from evil and good on
He's
myself.
probably got what,
Okay.
10 hit points? Maybe 20?
1,000.
And
He's just got one. You just need to land that one hit.
yeah, it's got a really high AC, but only one
All
health.
It's simple. All you need to do is kill him. Go.
Cool.
God,
Oh,
yeah.
alright.
I swing at Flint again. Actually,
Okay.
no, wait. Flint didn't do anything to me this turn. I'll swing at
didn't?
Darendil.
All right.
He's more of a threat. Goddamn,
Yeah, that's fair.
whatever he is.
Goddamn Prince
Oh,
Wolf.
sorry, I rolled twice again. 16.
16 is a hit.
Smash the Prince. Nobody likes him anyway.
Damage.
All right. As you bring Mace around in a frenzy, you slam it straight into his chest. He just completely ignores you and then leaps on you again.
Naturally.
Just while I think about it, Shushar is totally fine, obviously.
Obviously.
He then again breaks one smashes one claw pathetically against your stony hide, and then the other one breaks through, gripping something underneath the stone.
He's doing really well on his rolls, can I say?
He's got a good attack bonus. 5 points of damage.
He's a werewolf.
11.
He's quite off.
Werewolf.
Flint.
Shit. Well, I can't really hit him on account of. Well, I can't really hit him. So.
Yeah.
I'm just going to continue with the attempting to trip him thing, because that seems to be. That worked okay last time, and maybe it'll break. I'm trying to figure out a way of snapping him out of his confusion because I've got no idea what it is. So I'm gonna attempt to try and knock him down again.
Okay. Roll your athletics.
As in me.
Yep, both of you.
It was more just, did he mean me or Darendelle?
13.
18.
Sorry, I'm assuming he's meaning you.
Shit.
So, do you say 30? 18, 30. All right. So yeah, again, Flint brings his pick around. This time, again, going for the ankles and hooking it back. But even with both hands on the hilt, you're unable to pull Cobalt this time. He seems to have wisened up to your tricks, even if he hasn't seemingly wisened up to anything else. The creature rushes in Kamar's direction. A stray tentacle coming around and attempting to backslap Kamar.
And 300 damage.
Okay. Yeah. Bring it.
So I'm just finding the attack roll. Okay. 12 plus 17, that's 29. So yeah, that's going to hit.
That'll probably hit, yeah.
40,
but I do have my shield out. Does it help?
I mean, it helps. Not much, but... So
But
that's
it's fine, because he's a heavy armor
18,
master, which means he takes
23,
3 less damage.
32 points of damage, 3 less, so 29 points of damage.
Actually, wait, no, hang on. Does heavy armor master specify it has to be mundane?
No. I will
As
reread it, just to be sure.
29 damage, though. How much health do you have?
It says.
29 points of damage.
Yeah, non-magical, so mundane.
A tentacle, seemingly the creature surprisingly completely opposite to what you were thinking. The creature seems completely oblivious to you, as it instead rushes past you, slapping you out of the way with a single stray tentacle, which sends you flying into the nearest hut, smashing through one of the walls and falling unconscious inside.
As it goes to move past me, I imagine it sort of moved past me a little bit to the point where I realized it was ignoring me. It's like, face me, beast! And then halfway through, just slaps me across the way. So
You can't possibly stop me.
max health.
So that was 32 down to 29. So you're on 0.
So I have 28 max health. I was on
You're
20.
just unconscious.
So yeah.
So you don't die.
I'm not
outright.
insta dead. No.
So he's not bleeding out.
Not yet, anyway.
The creature rushes to the altar, now about 20 feet away from the fray that is happening.
You better go down
So
soon.
about there.
Snap out of it, please.
Roll a charisma saving throw, Flint.
Okay
No,
then.
actually, sorry, this would be wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay then. 12.
One
Oh
of
dear.
us. One of us.
You realize if that there is no way you're going to knock your friend out and get him away from here before that creature takes notice of you. And if as soon as it takes notice of you, you are dead. You are filled with fear at the moment, more so fear for your own life, more so than for your own friend. Roleplay that as you wish.
You go run.
This is basically just down to 3 people in this combat. So the first react is Cobalt.
I would swing at Darendelle still.
Yep,
That's a crit.
that's a crit.
Oh my.
Going down swinging, god damn it.
You currently
10.
Okay. The mace hits on Darendelle again as he then returns the attacks with fervor and fails to break through your stony hide.
Ooh.
Flint, what are you doing?
Got that mic.
That's
I
all he
guess
can do.
I
He's
would be
unconscious.
trying. I guess I run. If this is literally I don't care about Cobalt now, then I guess I've got no choice but to run.
It's not so much you don't care about Cobalt, it is that you're filled with complete fear and know that if you stay here, like you basically know that Cobalt is dead. You can't, in these seconds, you can't see a way to save him. You can see a way to save yourself. And that way is to flee.
Darendil, run! And then 50 feet run.
Swing.
Okay.
Miss.
Also,
miss.
for the record, I'm like over here now.
Yeah, basically. Okay. As the fight continues, Cobalt.
Fight.
Swing at Darendil.
Mhm.
23.
That's a hit.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
going down eventually.
6 damage.
Okay. He returns the attacks. That's 2 misses, one of which was a nat 1. So he almost basically opens himself to you with 2 vicious claws across his opening, leaving his arms wide open, giving you advantage on your next attack.
That's lots
At
of
this point-
Oh, yeah.
Actually, at this
However-
point, no, Cobalt isn't paying attention to this, but the rest of the group running away, you can see that the creature is now stood next to the altar, swinging its tentacles around and just destroying every shack in the nearby vicinity. Its tail, its tentacles, just going everywhere, destroying every piece of structure.
I'm in one of those structures. Does it hit me?
You actually were thrown into a structure just out of the way because he actually batted you away before getting to the altar, so he's out of reach of the structure you're in right now.
Wow, so he's ignoring me even now. I really hate this guy.
As he tears through the nearby vicinity surrounding his altar. Cobalt, your turn. Advantage on the attack because Darendil just opened himself up.
13.
13 is a hit.
All right, I'll take it. 4 damage.
Okay. He then swings at you.
Naturally.
One of them hits. You take 5 points damage.
I am on 6.
Yep. Your turn.
Swing at him again.
Come
This is going
on.
well.
Sorry, I rolled twice there again.
Why are you
Uh,
rolling
15.
twice? Can you not click a mouse?
It's because I click, then nothing happens. So I click again. This is what I was saying. Sometimes map tools takes a moment.
Either way,
15 was a
we
hit.
can take
Sorry.
the first in that case. Yeah.
8 damage.
Okay. Darendil has hit Wounded Fury mode. As he swings at you
I'm
again.
surprised he still stood up, to be honest.
I'm surprised
He is
either
on
of you
taking
stood
a
up.
few
4
hits.
hit points as he
He's
swings
taken
with
a
his
few
claws.
hits, is all I'm saying.
One of which hits, and you can feel the viciousness behind this attack, this kind of last resort
This will
cornered
probably
animal,
knock me out.
as he does 11 points of damage to you.
I am knocked out.
Okay, so a few things to finish off this encounter. As well, actually saying that, as those kind of looking over their shoulders are running, see Darendil take down Cobalt, look around viciously for the nearest target, and then rush towards the gigantic demonic thing,
Yeah.
only to again have a backhand that seemingly was just aimed at a nearby structure just slam into him, and you see he just bursts. Like the power of that creature just causes the Quaggoth to just burst into bits and pieces that fly everywhere, splattering the entire area around him. In
That's
fact,
3
it's
down.
such a powerful hit that even Renlin, who has and your group who have ran maybe about 300 feet at this point, ahead of you, you see a skull clatter along a few shacks and then fall to the ground in front of you, broken in two. So, come on,
So we're making headway.
roll me some death saving throws.
You say
Cobalt,
some,
you
how
do the
many?
same.
It's enough so
Until
you're
you
either
either
dead or
die
alive.
or you stabilize.
Well, this could be a
They
very
read.
brief. It's gonna be a very pathetic end to this character right here. The dice
Well,
decide to fuck me on
Not
this.
really.
This is how death saving throws work.
It's basically you stood up against a Prince of Demons, so...
Yeah,
Stood up against, then
it's a
fell
way
down
to
again.
go down.
I mean, Mike, we're level 3.
That's
Congrats,
one success.
you
Oh,
wake
that's
up.
No, no,
That's an automatic
No,
stabilize.
that's you wake up.
You're on 1 hit
Yep.
point.
You're on 1 hit.
One
Ah!
hit
you
point,
wake
you
up.
wake up. Roll me a
Human
charisma
bitch has
saving
got
throw.
nothing on me.
No, Mike, that's bad.
Mike?
That means
Roll me a
Oh!
charisma saving
I'll die.
Mike,
Yes, sorry.
roll me a charisma saving throw.
This is only gonna go well.
You had a chance then to stabilize and still be unconscious till he leaves, and now you're gonna burst
Because
if you
if
fight
he does
him.
29 damage to me again, I die.
Yes, yes, you do.
Kind of.
Oh,
Oh no, yeah,
amazing.
Bolt, have you done yours as well?
This is
You
going
didn't ask me to.
tremendously
I did.
well.
Sorry, I did, but obviously it got missed.
Yeah.
Huzzah!
So, 1 fail,
So 1 fail,
success,
1 pass,
2
1 fail,
fails,
3
3
fails.
fails. Dead.
As
Oh dear.
Cobalt lays there, nobody around him to even see his final moments. The stone.
For what it's worth,
Go on.
actually, can I throw this one out there? Kamar's still alive. There is potential for him to stabilize me.
Yeah, but especially because I got up on my first round.
And we're under inside the shack that's...
Okay.
And for the
I'll do
record, I
that.
got a 26 on my charisma save.
I will very much give you that then. In that case,
Yeah.
you know for certain to go against that thing right now is death. Your order teaches that evil must die. However, your order is not filled with idiots. You know,
Is not dumb.
you know.
The
It's only
goal
got
is
some
not
idiots
to
in
walk
it.
into the middle of hell and go, oh,
That's yeah. You don't join this order and then teleport to hell because you know that's where the greater evils are. You
Yeah.
you stand
Let's
and
go and
fight.
fight Satan. Well,
Wait.
this was a good plan.
You stand and fight the evils where you know it'll do the most good. And right
Yeah,
now,
I
fighting
know.
this evil will do
I-
no good.
Okay,
However-
even within this character's boundless stupidity, having been swept aside as if it didn't even notice me there, somehow managed to stand and fight against it, still feel its pressure on me. I am going to take the point to retreat. However, at which point, I get out of the House of Shame.
And
Mhm.
you do see in the distance, lying on the floor, his shield still glowing with the light spell, which is slowly
Yep.
fading as his willpower does too. You do
I-
see. However,
How many
the creature
rounds?
is you have to go within his reach to get to Cole.
As I say, I got a 26 on my charisma save.
That's fine. So you don't get insanity, but
That's
How many
totally
rounds does it take to get him there? Because
Oh yeah, how far away?
But-
was
it's only
I?
going
He
to
has
take
to
one
do it
round
within
to get
4
there.
rounds.
Listen, if you let me finish, this requires a Wisdom save against fear. I don't know if you're immune to that yet. You might be as a paladin.
I got knocked unconscious. Not immune against fear.
You're not.
I got knocked unconscious, so my protection spell would have ended. So no,
In that
I'm not.
case,
It's a
it's a
concentration.
wisdom saving throw to see if you can bring yourself to get within
protect-
reach of this creature.
Protection, evil and good is concentration. Yeah.
so yeah,
Just
So-
double checking that. Yep, concentration.
yes, concentration.
One
And
wisdom saving throw.
I will double check. I'm not immune to
And-
fear. I'm pretty
And
sure
for
I'm
the
not.
sake of this huge dramatic moment, I'll put the offer out there. If anybody wants to donate an inspiration dice to Kamar, they can do for this
I'm
one
all
roll.
out.
Sure. I have an inspiration on me.
But since this is another player giving it to you, this is decided before you roll. So you've got a D4 on this, no matter what.
Yep, sure.
he got +4.
So,
Or was that the other one you rolled?
So it's a
that's a
that was a wisdom
rolls
save.
yeah, wisdom save.
So that's just a D20 for me. Oh no, sorry. Is it? No, it's not D20. It's D20 plus 2. I'm proficient in those, and then plus a D4 afterwards. So, well, shit.
D4.
9.
You see Cabal lying there. You want to go and save him, but
Oh, sorry, that was
you
fair.
Yeah.
can't bring yourself to pass within the reach of this creature. You felt what it did to you previously. Your bones ache. Your body is just refuses to move as you attempt to bring yourself forward. And after standing there attempting to force yourself forwards for several seconds, you realise your friend is dead.
Well,
There is no saving him.
I mean that's of course up to you. I'd say I'd probably get one more go at it because of
Bearing in mind, I'm being
Out of
nice as to where
curiosity.
he sent you flying.
Out
Like
of
I'm doing this very
curiosity,
much for the narrative rather than the mechanics.
Yep.
Like,
Out of
he was-
curiosity, Mike, what spells did you prepare?
Protection from evil, good, compelled duel, and cure wounds.
Uh,
I am out of spells though.
Cure wounds is
oh,
touch,
you're out of
unfortunately.
spells.
Yep, but I do have lay on hands, which is what I was going to use.
Unfortunately,
mind-
like you had
also-
to.
Something I will say, being is frighten just prevents you getting closer to the subject. It
I'm
doesn't,
doing
doesn't
this for
make
the
you run away specifically.
This isn't the frightened effect. This is a.
Okay.
Can he bring his willpower up to get him within close of that creature? Like he has to, in order to get to you before you die, he has to rush through the creature's range. Like this is a last minute dash. It would have been. Unfortunately, it did come down to a die roll.
Yeah,
And
that's
it
fine.
is-
Just saying.
There is one more chance I could potentially get there. Is the thing stopping me doing this a disease?
No, it is not.
Well, that didn't pay off then, did it?
At this point, you realise that the better thing you can do, the only thing you can do to survive, is to turn and run.
I mean, I guess.
And as you do so, you rush, fortunately, away from the creature. It's in the same direction as the rest of the group are going. And in the distance, you can hear what seems to be the sounds of loud footsteps rushing across a pier as Renlin and the first group now move into a nearby boat and start setting things up to sail. Unfortunately, with very limited knowledge of how to sail a boat between you, and especially on these rough waves, it's looking very dangerous. Where did Flint run?
I probably would have tried getting away from it, but in a way that wasn't too far away to basically so I could still see Cobalt. Like, see if there's a place I could hide behind.
There are shacks and stuff, but just looking at him, it looks like he's basically just going on a rampage, destroying shacks. You don't feel like he'd be safe behind.
No, it was more getting far enough away that at that time he wasn't within sort of range to be able to hit me, so I could keep an eye see what happened to Cobalt, and then if he had then
Roll a
died.
stealth check then.
6.
With your attempting to hide from him, unfortunately, with your limited ability to, limited practice in this kind of art, you end up kind of overreaching and instead fling yourself behind a shack fully, so much so that you can't actually get sight on Cobalt. But you feel like if you were to pop your head out, you'd surely be seen by the creature.
But basically, I don't want to approach that thing, but I don't want to leave until I can make sure I can get Cobalt out of there, and I've not seen him die.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the case of it,
as you stand there, again, unsure, like unwanting to kind of pop your head out for fear that a giant tentacle will just slap you and destroy you the same way that you saw it destroy Darendil. You eventually bring your courage up, and about 20 seconds later, pop your head around the corner and see the creature has moved slightly away from where Cobalt's last stand was. And you can see Cobalt's body lying there, cracked and broken, but you can't quite make out if he is alive or dead from this distance.
how far away is Demogorgon from the body?
He's out of reach of it from this distance, especially considering that you're kind of making use of the limited lights rather than your dark vision just due to the range. You can't make out whether he is 10 or 50 feet away.
Am I able to approach Cobalt?
You start moving towards Cobalt. I will say... make a wisdom saving throw. Like with advantage because the creature's backs to you.
19.
You are able to move towards Cobalt if you wish to.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. A sec. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna wander over to him.
Mm-hmm.
can I tell, like, can he be, I guess, repaired?
Make a... Do you have... now, I know we talked about this before. Your character is a smith of sorts. What proficiencies do you have in that regard?
Smith's tools.
I'll say make a proficient intelligence check in that case.
21.
Okay. You believe that Cobalt he's definitely dead. Any life force that was in him is seemingly spent. However, the actual body itself, the actual stonework that is the physical form of Cobalt could probably be fixed. You're not sure so much on how you can restore what would probably be his equivalent of a soul, so to speak, but if you could get it away from here, get the proper tools, get the proper workplace, maybe.
One step at a time. I'm going to grab him under both arms and start trying to drag him away.
Okay. You grab him under both arms, start dragging him away. At first, you do this, and within the first 5 feet, you hear the as you're dragging stone across stone, and you kind of stop in the fear that the thing can hear you, and then look up to realize it doesn't care. It is just on a rampage. It doesn't care who it goes after. It doesn't care about any noise in the area. It is just destroying. And even as you watch it, again, a tentacle hits a shack, seemingly one that was populated as blood and gore splatters out of it. And you now rush as fast as you can, dragging this heavy stone man as you do so. At this point, Kamar, you have pardon me, you've seen the several of your companions are starting to set up on a boat in the distance on a pair. They look about ready to set off. Is Renlin, are you basically setting off as soon as you're ready, or are you waiting?
That entirely depends on how close the creature gets. If it looks like it's heading in our direction, I'll try and push people to sail away now. If it's because it's on a rampage, it's kind of going all over the place, I'd imagine. If it doesn't look like it's coming our way,
it's going
then
away from you.
Away from me, then we'll wait for more people to actually get onto the boat.
Well, as far as you can tell, actually no, as far as you can tell now, looking around, you can actually see Kamar limping towards you, like struggling actively.
Battered and bloodied and bruised.
Very much so.
As loudly as I can, I cough out the words, "Hold! Wait!" Like stagger towards blood dripping everywhere.
In that case, I'm assuming Renlin's holding off from...
Yeah, I mean, if the monster's going away from us, I just want everyone to get on the boat.
In that case...
As I get
Kamar,
up to the boat... Yep, yeah.
You reach the boat.
I was gonna say, as I get up to the boat, I take one quick look around, half collapse a bit, and then say, notice that Flint isn't there, and said, "Where's the other one? The other dwarf?"
Eldif, at this point, like seeing you
check?
fall, Eldif actually moves up and helps you onto the boat. However, you don't need a perception check upon noticing this. Like, you look around, Flint is very much not there. Eldif says, "Last I saw him, he was the stone man had gone crazy. Cobalt, I don't know what happened to him. He just started attacking. He almost killed poor little stool over there."
"The creation is gone, but I will not let the master die in vain." And then starts staggering off once again.
At which point, Eldif, kind of, who was attempting to help you onto the boat, is kind of a little pulled along with you there, and kind of lets go, looks around at like what's happening here, like looking at Renlin almost to see what he's going to do.
Say,
basically heading back
Kamar,
in the
get on
direction
the
I
boat
just came from.
now.
See, I've got 1 health. I'm going with it's not
You've got
particularly
lay on
difficult
hands.
to. I do have lay on hands, but it's not at the moment in my current state. It's not particularly difficult to stop me. So it's entirely down to how forcefully people are trying to stop me. Physically
Right
speaking.
now, nobody is actually forcefully trying to stop
Are
you.
you still walking away?
Yes.
I'll just say, get back on the boat now. Your chance to fight has failed. Roll Wisdom DC 13.
You vicious mockery.
Yeah,
Well done.
Wow.
There is no
What
healing
was
on
the
this
DC,
boat.
I'll stabilize him. It's fine.
You'll
That's my
try
plan.
and stabilize him.
No, I've
That
got
one,
spare the
that one, that
dying. I'll
one,
just
that
be like,
one, that one.
boop, done.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, what am I rolling?
Wisdom save.
DC 13.
You can do those.
All right, yeah.
That's the thing. He
I-
might just
kinda.
succeed, and I'll be like,
Does it do half damage on the fail?
No, it doesn't.
no, it just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I succeed. Why did I
So-
get that when I was trying to say, oh, for fuck's sake.
Even as you hear this, you just carry on walking, ignoring it completely.
La la la, not listening, bye!
The rest of the group, even Eldif, actually no. Everybody except for Eldif kind of looks around and seems very unsure of what to do. Eldif actually steps off, and you feel her basically going onto your shoulder and attempting to support you. Like, she's fairly low down as a dwarf, but she is still quite strong, so she is quite
Stop.
comforting for a wounded man like you.
Mhm.
And she she turns back ahead and says, "If you need to go, go. We'll wait for Flint here. Like, if he's alive, he deserves friends and a chance to escape."
Be you cowards or be you warriors. Just start staggering away.
Are you human or are you dancer?
Jim and Jar just kind of leans on the edge of the boat and says, "And I would not wager a bet on those two. We
Did that
leaving
once and I survived, suck it!
we leaving now, Captain?" He says to Renlin.
Sorry, did you say the dwarf lady got off the boat yet? Is she
Yeah, eldest
going?
dwarf
Is
lady
she
is
going
going
with
with
Kamar?
Yeah, she's actually helping support him. Like, he's
He
on
is
one
my
health.
crutch right now.
Yeah, very much so.
I'll just look and say, we need them. I guess we'll wait. But if that creature comes back this way, we will leave.
So, about 5 minutes later, the creature's still rampaging. Fortunately, on the far side of the town. Kamar, you hear in the distance, probably followed by the occasional dwarven curse.
Oh, as in. Okay, right. I thought you meant like,
You found
geez, got to deal with fucking drow now. Not drow. Drow? No.
Dwagar,
Dark-Iron? Dwarves? I don't know.
Dwagar.
That's the one. The
Dur,
beard,
dur.
sorry, yeah, I got it. I got what you meant. That was real life Dom, not Kamar Dom.
Are those the
um,
same thing?
Sometimes.
Like dumb and Kamadum.
Often, in fact. But yes, not in this occasion. Anyway, having heard that, I point as best I can, say Eldith to Eldith. Is that her name?
Eldith.
Dwarf help. Yeah, whatever her name is. Say I hear them that way.
She still help you along. Attempts to you both kind of quicken your speed and quickly notice in the distance Flint dragging this stone body along with him along the main street.
Okay, are we like away
Excuse
from
me.
the
Yeah,
the-
Flint
Daddy
actively
good.
went away from him, and he is
Yeah.
he's chosen a direction. He's gone. Basically, if you think he's gone east, you guys went west.
Okay.
So he is on a rampage on the fortunately other side of the town.
In that case, when we get close enough, seeing this scene, not
Mhm.
wanting to seem completely insensitive, I tell Elder to slow down, and very slowly, like on my own, walk up to Flint and say, "We must go.
I'm not leaving him.
He's already left you. Please, he fought like a hero. His name will be spoken forever."
Fought like a hero, killing his friends.
Yeah.
I tried to save him and was unable to do so against such a monster. To stand as long as he did, he is a legend.
Any chance I've got to bring him back, I'll take. And I'm going to continue dragging him along.
I say I understand and pathetically try to pick him up as well and help.
Eldif tells
For a minute, I
you.
thought you were going to say you're going to try to pick up Flint.
Yeah, no, we're going.
Eldif says to you, focus on carrying yourself, Manling, and instead, rather than acting as crutch for you, she instead grabs the other arm of Cobalt, like letting Flint grab the left arm and her grab the right arm, and they between them are able to pull him at a decent speed.
Did you just call him Manling?
Manling.
Yes. Manling.
That's fair. At which point,
US full
I
arm.
laugh and then cough up blood, then laugh some more, cough up more blood, and then decide laughing's a bad idea. Carry on.
Okay, Renlin, you see a shape rushing up the pier. At first, it's just a shadow, but then as it comes into the light, as it comes into your dark vision, you notice that it is a dwarf. In fact, it is the dwarf that you saw at the altar. His hands bound, his skin grey, and his beard ashen. As he rushes up and says, "No, if you've got a boat, you've got to let me come with you. I can't face that beast here." And he attempts to rush onto the boat. Are you doing anything?
I'll just say, stop right there. Hold on a moment.
Roll
Stop right there,
a
little scum.
persuasion check.
Hey, that's my
Oh
line.
my god, not persuasion. Oh, there we go. Could have done with that earlier, but alright.
Finally,
Uh,
you're persuasive.
He stops, kind of looks around to see the group on there, and says, "Look, I just need a boat out of here. You can drop me off wherever you fucking want, but just let me on. That creature will kill us all."
Drop him off in the water over the side of the boat.
Okay, how much do I know
He
about
did say anywhere
Dwagar?
we wanted.
Like, I know he's a
What do you know
Dwagar,
about
but how much do I
Dwagar?
know about him? Like, about them,
Did
should I say.
you
About him. What he likes to do
roll
on
a
the-
history
that's
check?
He loves long walks along the beach.
20.
You know
What
that
part of
the
the green
Dwagar are the dark brothers of the dwarf kind. Whilst the dwarfs you are more familiar with live nearer the surface, although still in mines and underground, they still make trade with the surface races. They still live under the sun, effectively. The Dwagar live deep away from that. They are very much a culture of order. They worship a deity who is focused on the forging of metalcraft, and you know that this forging is not art, is not it is not for fun. It is just for function. Like, they are an order very much of, they're a race very much of function over everything else. Like, you know that they are very militarized. They everything they do is very much, it has reason.
So they're not necessarily good or evil, they're sort of more neutral.
Oh no, you know that they are very much a evil race. Like, they believe in domination over the world in order to make it an ordered place.
And then I'll just say to him, like,
So
Dwagar are evil. You're not coming on this
not so
boat.
evil.
Find your own way.
Dwagar are evil. So are so's the fucking drow you've got over there, and none of you look like you've got a sailing bone between you, looking at the fucking job you've done on the boat so far.
Tell you
can
what.
see he's kind of gesturing around.
We should not.
Are
let him
you a
on just 'cause
sailor?
he's got a potty mouth.
Yes. How do you think I got to this fucking place of fish people?
Well,
How do you think we got?
I'll tell you what. If you can come on this boat and help it sail properly to where we need to go, I'll let you on. Then you have
Unbind my
some sort
fucking
of
hands
use
and
at
it's a deal.
least. I'll pull out my dagger and say, "Come here." I'll just sort of uncut his
Shiv him.
bindings and
Shiv him in
go.
the face.
See, you pull a dagger. He kind of hesitates at first, and then steps forward, holding his arms out,
I'll fucking cut
and
you
you're
off.
able to slip it under the rope and cut it free.
I'll say,
He then
right,
moves-
now prepare this boat for sailing.
Before you even say anything, he just moves past you and starts setting things up. You can see various things. Like, there's no sails on this boat. It's not like there's no winds in this area, at least. So there's no sails, but he sets various things right, and you can see his boxes and stuff that are on the boat. He starts stacking in various places, and things that you hadn't noticed before. That, for example, the boat was swaying slightly to one side. He moves things so the weight's more evenly distributed, so it's fine. He then starts ordering people. You want those oars over there. You want those oars over there. Like, actively distributing people. You can tell he's kind of ordering people from how burly they look, so as to keep things even on either side. And then he says, "And now, start rowing. We need to get out of here now."
No, we're not rowing. We're waiting for more people.
What the fuck you talking about? The creature's gonna be here any fucking minute. You haven't seen what it can do to a bloody house, never mind a boat.
I like how he said a thing and then realized he forgot to swear during that sentence, so he said the sentence again with the swearing. At least he's thorough. That's all I'm saying.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Hey, he's been through a lot of shit, this guy.
Fair.
I'll just then say to the people who he's always like, none of us are rowing till our friends are on the boat.
Roll an intimidate check.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Like, how are you a warlock and you can't do intimidate? like
It's more the
standard
fact
fare
that
on
like I've got charisma, but I don't have proficiency in this sort of stuff.
What do
He's
you
not a
have,
social
Richard?
character.
10.
They kind of look around, and then Sarif the Drow says, "He is right. We should get moving now. That creature could have any moment. Our companions are likely dead or worse." I don't know why he ever gets an Irish accent. I don't know.
Yeah, dwarves do have Irish accents.
This is a Drow, though.
Oh yeah.
I can't help it. There's a lot of accents and voices in this NPCs.
Ugh. If I had some spell slots, I could cast command right now. Fuck's sake.
So?
I'll just glare at him. It's like I get the feeling that I'm the one person who wants to stay and everyone wants to move, and I can't really stop that right now. So I just sort of glare at him, but I don't say anything.
At this point, the Dwagar, who has sat himself on the tiller, just shouts, "Just start rowing!" At which point, Sarif, Bupido, Turvy, Sarif, Bupido, and Turvy all start to row. Topsy and Jimjar, who, although was ordered to sit by an oar, is still just kind of leant on the side of the bow, just kind of watching things happening with the occasional kind of thing. And Topsy, who has got an oar, but kind of looks around and actually, as soon as she sees the things people start rowing, she actually reaches around and stops her brother, which causes the left side to start rowing a little more inwards. And you hear the Dwagar say, "Stop! Right, rowers, start rowing!" as things start happening.
How far off are the rest of us from dragging and/or carrying the corpse back to the boat?
You don't know?
Okay.
At this point,
So
you
it's
guys
not in
know,
sight.
but
is what
Renland
I'm
doesn't, and we're on Renland's story right now, so...
at this point, I then find somewhere to sit down and sort of kind of go, and essentially start a short rest. He doesn't like being the one who's not in, like... He's just like, "Oh, shut up, Renland, we're leaving." He's just like, "If I had spells right now."
At which point, the Dwagar moves over, kind of gets a hand behind Topsy and pushes her out of the way so he can now take her place on the row and starts rowing. As Flint, Eldith, and Kamar now come into sight of where the boat was, you can see the trail in the water in the distance, disappearing into the darkness, is the boat.
I shout. I take a moment. I drop the piece of corpse I am carrying. I shout as loud as I can, "Ingrates!" and cough up more blood.
Renland, roll me a perception check.
Okay, you better hope that I get a good roll on this. Oh, alright.
In the distance, you hear the shout, slightly, like you hear the echo of "Ingrates."
Ingrates, cowards! Oh god, why am I doing this?
Oh god, that was a long.
I'll just say to everyone, it's like, see, they were right behind us. I told you we shouldn't have left.
Oh, that was my entire liver.
Well, we're left now. We're fucking safe, aren't we? And none of the ones rowing seem to be taking any indication to stop. Like Topsy and Turvy have both stood up now and are kind of looking to you for direction. But Sarif and Bapido are both rowing away, as is the Dwagar on the other side of the boat.
Is that a mutiny I hear in the distance?
Like, considering only the two tiny ones have turned round as if they're kind of on the same page as me, like, I can't make this boat turn around. I also don't know how to make the boat turn around. The only one who knows how to boat is the Dwagar, and he's rowing right now.
Try to shank him. He's probably weak.
So, Flint, Kamar, and Eldif. You are left standing at the end of an empty pier. You can see to your left, you are actually very close to the wall of the town. Like, you could probably find a way to leave this town on foot if you wanted to. It'd obviously be a very hard journey if you're dragging along a stone body, especially with Kamara as injured as he is. But unless you want to go deeper into town, which would, you could go to the next pier over, but that would be heading in the general direction of the monster, who is a good distance away at this point. That is to be said. What are you doing?
I looked to Eldif for guidance.
She just
Right here.
shakes her head and says, I don't know. What should we do?
We have to get to safety. We need to rest, recuperate, rethink our plans. When deep in enemy territory, you don't leave yourself. Yes. When deep in enemy territory, you don't leave yourself exposed.
Need to go to safety.
Safety. I'm
Safety.
gonna go safety, man.
It's probably safer to head into the tunnels on foot then. We could,
Whatever it is,
This
we
way.
can't stay here.
and she grabs Kerbal again under her arm and starts moving towards the wall.
That's a good plan. I'll do that.
Don't you know? You never split the party.
And as you all find your way to the gate and disappear out of the town of Sloopadop, the horrific noise of shack after shack being destroyed, the cries and shrieks of Dimagugun from countless Kyoto voices, along with their screams and cries of pain. That is where we'll leave it for this session.
Tamar learns a valuable lesson about fighting giant things, that he is invincible and cannot be killed by them.
Yes.
With that, I hope people have enjoyed the stream, but I'm going to cut it off at my end here because I have some things to talk about with the players in private. So, bye-bye.
Talk about the players in private.
Okay.
Right. Well,
I
goodbye,
would
everyone.
point out though that
Thanks for
I'm
watching.
still on my
Sorry.
I'd point out that I'm still live on